One of those. It's one of the R words from Star Wars of the Conquering King. Tonight is session 34, and last time we all met after a slight detour at Urzul Ovak. You all, where's my music? Continued traveling through the valley, following those hidden waypoints left behind by Gundren's brothers. You were led back to the spot where you had initially made camp before you were discovered by Jortar, the orcs. About a day and a half later, you all discovered another waypoint with a cryptic message attached to it. Um, it said something along the lines of continue traveling along this way until you find a large tree, climb it, and look towards the second highest mountain peak as the sun sets. You follow these instructions, Eladri able to scale the tree with ease, and you looked towards the cardinal directions, east, as the sun set, and just as it crested the horizon, Eladri, you caught this quick glint, this gleam, something catching the light, just the right angle, just the right position. Never mind this astrophysics and whether or not that could actually be done. Um, you finally had a destination, a location, and Gundren gave you all one last chance to back out, but you were determined to see this through. For the next 3 days, you traveled through brutal and unforgiving weather. Harsh winter conditions picked up as you continue to scale the mountain and rise in elevation. The temperature dropped drastically. The amount of snow began to increase. The trail became harder as snow crunched under your feet and began to rise up past your boots, up to your shins. Um, Especially at night when you all tried to make camp. And that's when the chill of a harsh environment you all found yourselves in really was at its most unbearable. Luckily for you all, you had accumulated several trinkets and powers that allowed you to call on the aid of animals to kind of share warmth with you all in your camp. And despite the intense conditions you endured, and actually saved a little bit of time when one of Kitlin's furry balls turned owl discovered an entrance um, to the very cave you all sought just up ahead. It was dark and conditions were harsh, but you managed to find it. Um, and you even spotted the broken pick head embedded in the rock as you entered a tight kind of narrow space between two sliding, two massive rocks shapes with just enough room for you guys to kind of march into the cave, uh, leading further into the mountain, this hollowed tunnel. Eventually, it opened up into a larger cavern, where you all discovered evidence of Gundren's brothers. You found their campsite and their supplies, most of it um, rotted or pretty much useless to you, save some lanterns and flasks of oil. They were camped out near a large pit, which you all descended into, uh, including Pamela. One of the ways was blocked, one of the ways was open. So you traveled through the open passage, and even though none of you are burdened by darkness, um, in the dim light, it was still hard to see the way forward as the tunnels you entered seemed to spread out in 3 separate directions after kind of crawling and getting into a space where you could finally stand up. The tunnels here are roughly like 4 feet tall. You see chipped and mined earth and stone all around you as Kitland was able to discern that these are ancient dwarven mining tunnels. Um, you stepped a little bit further in, making just enough space for you all to enter these winding tunnels, making sure to stay close together, when suddenly the bow that Staris received, and this I did not mention last session, but I realized I absolutely should, began to glow, a prismatic glow, and prismatic rainbow light begins um, is being cast from the bow and reflecting off the stone around you, creating just a bright light nearest Saris and a little bit dim light further away from her. But the reflection almost looks like a kaleidoscope across the stone. As Staris, as you have now spent time attuning to this bow, you come to understand that this is the bow's magic trying to communicate to you that something dangerous is nearby and threatening you. And as
I want to add that there's also like a little tingle through just like allies, like, whoa. Fuck, because it'll magically awaken us if we're asleep.
Nice.
So like there's something when we're awake that's like, oh, the fuck was that?
Is it a sensation that's felt, or is it something that's heard?
I think
Or
it's
both?
felt.
Okay, cool.
Definitely felt.
Cool. So as this kind of disco ball effect happens within these cave tunnels, you all sort of feel this what do you think it feels like, Saris?
A tickle.
You feel like this like a
Kinda,
tickle.
yeah, like a tickle, like in the pit in the very core of you, just like bloop, like what the fuck was that?
And yeah, I think it all kind of jars you. Maybe some of you jump, maybe some of you stop in your tracks a little bit, but you all feel it as and at times almost perfectly with this light, which can't be a coincidence. And as you all tense up, realizing that something is lurking within these tunnels, we had you roll initiative. So we are going to begin our session in turn-based mode. Starting with you, Staris.
Okay.
Hey DM, just really quickly
Yes.
too. Point of order, I had cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yes.
And I don't know. Just throwing that out there as a reminder. I don't know if that affects anything, but
I'll tell you what, go ahead and everybody roll me a group stealth check. I don't think it does, and we can get into why when things get revealed. But
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do one for fun.
Ooh.
Nice, Bernie, natural 20.
Yeah, nat 20.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, nat 20 for 22.
Very cool.
Well, plus the 10 for Pass Without a Trace.
Oh yes, with
Right,
32.
so technically 32.
Woohoo! Sneaky dwarf.
Stars, we got a 27, a 32, a 22, a 31. Jesus.
Whoa.
Oh
Oh my
And
god.
a 34. Even with your natural 20, Bernie, you were the second stealthiest person and only slightly more stealthy than Donald. So I think you all, like, with this Pass Without Trace, and I think with Staris's, or excuse me, Bernie's kind of just innate stone sense and ability to just sort of, I think there's just some like inherent genetic thing where even though you haven't personally spent a lot of time underground, there's something just like familiar in your DNA about being in this environment. Same with Gundren, who will also roll a stealth check really quick. And also Hitland, who has a decent, a very like vast amount of experience like navigating the underground and subterranean environments. You couple that with Bernie's powerful pass without a trace magic, and you are all as stealthy and senseless as possible. um, and I think that is what makes Staris's bow illuminating that much more frightening.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
totally.
So Staris, we are going to start with you. Pass without a trace is still up, so if you know, something happens and you try to retreat, that may come into effect.
Okay.
So you're not aware of the danger, but you sense that there is a danger nearby.
Things close by. Hmm.
All right, it's your turn. We're in initiative order.
Yeah. Let's head direction. Something's definitely around here. Let me see.
Kitland, you and Pamela are on deck.
And not being able to see anything. Well, no, sorry, not being able to see our enemy. Yeah, Stars just warns everyone that there's something nearby.
Okay.
I think we should pick a direction.
Okay. Are you suggesting a direction, or are you just saying that should be the priority right now?
Just saying that's the priority. I know I should have a
Great.
conversation about it, but
You want to prepare an action or do anything else with your turn, or do you just want to take the dodge action and kind of wait and see what happens?
Yeah, let's just we can ready an action if something pops up. Stars is gonna cast Vicious Mockery at it.
If you see something threatening, you would like to
Nice.
cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Correct.
Cool.
Copy that. All right. Would you like to move, or are you waiting and seeing what the rest of your party does first? Because you are kind of in the middle.
Yes, that's true. Stars is just gonna take one step this way to kind
Okay.
of see if she senses anything around the corner.
So directly ahead of you, you can see where mining efforts had been made and then eventually stopped, but there does appear to be a tunnel that turns to your left and goes further in. And you said you're trying to peek down that hallway?
Yeah, just to
Okay.
get a sense of it.
Oh yeah. Roll me a perception check. And what is the range of your dark vision?
Let's see, where is that?
Should be under
Dark
senses.
vision, 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay, cool. You look down this hallway. Oh, what am I doing?
Sorry, you said roll.
A perception check.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Not bad, not bad.
That's bad.
As you look down the hallway, you see that it continues for about 20 feet or so before hitting a dead end and splitting off to the left and to the right. You think because you have 60 feet, you can see where it splits off to the right. It goes a little bit further. down, like it's like a quick, right and forward. There appears to be another branch about halfway down the hall, 10 feet in front of you. But other than that, you see nothing else. You don't hear or smell anything. You get the occasional drip, drip, drip. And as you watch, you feel it first. This kind of like rumble underneath your feet. And then it like shakes almost up into your leg and into your chest. And then it's followed by this loud sound that just kind of billows down the tunnel.
Oh dear.
And all of you feel and hear this sensation.
Okay.
Oh,
And
hairs on the back of Domic's neck have just like stood up.
Yeah.
And that sound
Ooh.
came from the hallway Stars is looking down right now.
That sound came from the cave.
Right. It just
From the
it's
cave,
here.
yeah, all around.
You
Um,
around. I will say this to you, Kitland. It sounded like it came, like from this way. And to Staris, it sounded like it came from here. Like it sounded like it was like pushing in and up into you simultaneously. Like the vibrations, you could almost feel it shaking, and the sounds like pushed into you, whatever direction you were facing. And that is the end of Staris' turn. So, Kitlin, I think it's you and Pamela. Unless you want to move some more, Staris.
no, I don't
Just-
think so right now. But question.
Answer.
Message. Message says point a finger and that
Mhm.
target. What if I'm pointing all of my fingers?
You can still only select a target.
With each finger? Okay.
All like,
Just-
yeah.
I just wanted to ask.
So it's either you point with a finger or you knife hand somebody. They're all still gonna be one person.
Right.
One target per casting of the spell that
Mhm.
has at least one of your fingers pointed at it.
At least one of your fingers.
That's very good. Yeah, no, I think just whisper to the group. There's 3 branches of the path up ahead.
Nice.
Can't find words.
And who did you whisper that to?
We'll say Bernie.
Okay. That'll bring us to Kitlin's. You are up, and then I believe Pamela goes right after you, correct?
Yep.
I'm learning, guys. It's only been a year.
Oh, that's okay. That's right. I'm like
Okay.
low on initiative. Me and Bernie. Totally.
And I always
So,
roll like shit on initiative.
Oh, I don't think I rolled with advantage, did I?
Ooh.
Do you roll with advantage?
Yeah, because of my insanity. Yeah, I do. So I have
that's
a
right.
17.
I have 2 characters that roll with advantage. That's stupid.
I forgot I did roll. I rolled twice. So yeah, I do have advantage on it. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I have 17.
I have you going. You and Kitland were tied. I assumed Kitland's dex was higher.
Probably. I have a 17. I'm assuming he's probably higher than me.
17 also.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll just go with that. We'll go with what you have already. It's fine.
I will say, because you guys literally rolled the exact same and have the exact same dexterity, you can take this whole turn in tandem if you want. If you want Kitland to go first and then Dominic, you can. But like in this rare instance, I think that needs to be rewarded when it gets like perfectly aligned in that way. So yeah,
Sure.
you guys get to super team, tag team.
I like
this
that.
turn, if you
I
want.
like that. Thank you, DM. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
New house rule.
All right, there we go. I think Domic's gonna pull out a bunch of rope and say, "All right, I don't like this," and I'm gonna start tying the rope around my waist, and I'm gonna pass it to everybody to try to tie it around their waist to kind of keep us close-ish to each other. And if something were to pull one of us, it would alert everybody else.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. If you, I'm assuming you're just trying to do like a simple loop. You're not trying to like,
It's nothing like
you know
super.
what I
Like
mean?
I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
Yeah, not tie us in this, but it's gonna be one of those like.
Even just passing a rope for all of you to hold is
Yeah.
effectively doing kind of the same thing. You
Yeah.
know?
So I think what'll
right.
So what I think I'll do is Dominic will tie it around him because he'll be the rear, and he'll just
Okay.
pass it around, and he'll move hey, Gundren, come up here in front of us, get in front of me, and then I'm gonna pass the rope to everybody to hold. All right, everybody, hold on to this, and if we feel a tug in any way, something's gone wrong.
So I will say that's
All
your action to kind of interact with the rope, Dominic. And as
Yeah.
you begin passing it around, it's a free action to grab the rope. It will be an action to interact with it if you want to kind of tie it around yourself like Dominic has. So everybody can get
Okay.
kind of their rope on their turn. And then if you'd like to use your action to like cinch it and secure it the way Dominic has, we'll say that's an object interaction. You may, but free action to just grab it so you can at least feel it as something tugs.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold it, but I want to go. So, I've got 120 feet dark vision or superior
Right.
dark vision or whatever, but it looks like there's a turn up ahead of me.
Yeah,
where that
as the
sound
tunnel
came
kind
from.
of like twists off to the right, you can only see so far before the turn of the tunnel. Yeah.
And these are all stone walls, presumably.
Yep. Stone, earth, like yeah.
And is it just kind of like rocky? There's plenty of places to hide along said wall.
It's a pretty tight. Like I said, it's about 4 feet tall, and the hall itself is maybe 3 or 4 feet wide in places. Some parts it gets a little lower, and some of you might have to duck. So it's all pretty kind of like a tight, narrow space you're working in here.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to look for a rocky place to hide and use my stone camouflage. But I'd like to go forward if possible and look down this hallway a bit more, but headed towards some sort of rocky outcropping thing that I can hide in.
Gotcha. So you're kind of stealthily going along, because I'll say like the wall is stone, and I mean it's small. It's not like it's a big wide hallway for you to go down, but you are a smaller creature, so you could kind of like hug the side a little bit more to, make it look less obvious, like something's coming down the center of the path. Um, and you have, as you kind of take a step forward, you do notice there's like a hallway just off to your left. There appears to be another branch up ahead off to the right, and then kind of a fork towards the end.
Okay, I guess I'll peek around the left here.
Okay. You see a dead end. And go ahead and also, while you're just peeking in general down this hallway, roll me a perception check if you would.
Okay. $12.
A 12. You look straight ahead at this just dead end. Looks like they didn't get very far down this path. And as you look kind of further up ahead and get a little further up, you can see a little further down that longer hallway. And it appears that there is a massive cluster of webbing starting to form further down the hallway up ahead. I want to go ahead and reveal that now to you. You can see about, we'll say like this much.
God.
Gosh.
I'll come in.
I'll give you a little bit more actually from where you were. And you can kind of start to see a darker shape towards the center of this big massive web.
Okay. um, uh, well,
Kitlin, as you kind of step into that little alcove there. You kind of dart around the corner. Aladri, what's your passive perception, Aladri?
Oh, it's 13.
13. You kind of watch as Kitlin scoots ahead and almost just goes invisible as he hugs the wall, especially with like Bernie's magic up right now. Like you see Kitlin just like, and then like he's gone, and you're like, where the fuck did he go? Kitlin, as you just kind of like scurry a little bit ahead of the group and duck into this corner, all of a sudden you just freeze in place and you can't move. And actually, as you step in, you feel this like insanely uncomfortable sensation as you step through of like almost like you stepped into like sticky water. And after like a beat, your skin begins to burn as you unwillingly step straight into a gelatinous cube.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
What?
Damn it!
Oh no! That's not
So I'm
good.
just dead, right? That's it.
Will you make a
Is that it?
dexterity saving throw, Kitland, as you realize what is starting to happen and still quite haven't like released off of your back foot?
No.
Oh no! This is. Oh god!
Oh no.
11.
I mean, were you still holding onto the rope, or
11.
did you like let go of it and keep
I'm
going?
still holding on to it.
Okay,
How long is the rope?
50 feet.
Let's see here. Yeah. There's enough space, so he's definitely still holding onto the rope. Kitlin, unfortunately, you are not able to correct your trajectory as you release your foot, and with nothing to like push off of, with your arms sort of stuck in this goo, you just sink further into it as you lose your balance and become completely engulfed.
Oh
Oh
my god. No.
Rope in hand, Va?
You are gonna take wow, I rolled 2 1s on 3d6, so you're only gonna
Yay.
take
Oh.
5 acid damage as your skin
Yay.
is beginning to sizzle, and you find yourself you are now restrained as you become engulfed by the cube.
Oh, that's
anything
not great.
else?
I will
Nope.
move to Pamela, and I'll have her follow me up. So 5, 10, 15, sneaking until she sees me in this cube.
Well, does she
Holding the
have
rope.
dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, she will
and,
definitely see
she
you.
will
I
be
believe you.
Alerted.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she
Pamela
will
starts
just-
freaking out.
Oh.
I guess I can't command her, but I would, because I'm in a cube, right? I can't talk or do anything, right? But
I'm mechanically, I think the bond you have with Pamela, like I think you're effectively controlling her at this point.
okay.
So I'm
Then,
not
yeah,
gonna
I'll
deny.
use my bonus action.
I think you're
to,
very limited in what Kitlin physically can do, but Pamela still gets a turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have her pull on the rope, and try to pull me out of the cube.
Okay, great. Let's do this. Have Pamela make a
So glad I thought about the rope.
strength.
Yeah,
strength check.
honestly.
She can use athletics if she's trained in that skill. But yeah, have her make a strength check. Athletics check.
Come on, Pamela.
Oh, Pamela!
But just on like the Beast of the Land page, it just says strength 14 plus 2.
So add 2.
Oh, she has
to
a plus
whatever.
2. Yeah.
Just to just a straight roll, right? Okay.
Mhm. So straight roll plus 2.
Okay.
So not a straight roll. It doesn't matter.
So 13.
13 is enough to succeed.
Oh.
And it's
Oh.
Pamela pulls. She pulls you
Go
5
right
feet
on.
out as you slither and thunk to the ground with like this wet,
Oh, gosh.
slushy
Shit.
plop. You are prone as the ooze is kind of quickly dissolving, and spilling onto the floor and sizzling a little bit. I'll say because you're prone, upholding in this position, you see just a little bit further down the hallway. No, we're good. You're going through a lot. I'm not giving you that shit.
It's been a rough
you
few
do
minutes.
you do see
It's been like 30 seconds. He walked
Yeah,
down the
right, it's
hall
not
and
even
walked
done.
into a cube. So,
yeah, that's fine.
Damn it.
Things aren't good.
So I'll say that was Pamela's move and her action. Does she have a bonus?
Well, I used my bonus action to do that. I still haven't used my action. Or all of my movement yet. Right, to do a command with
Pamela,
Pamela, I have
but-
to use my bonus action.
Well, but-
Otherwise, she just uses like disengage.
Right, but do the rules say that she takes her turn after you, or
As a bonus action on your turn, you command your primal companion to take another action. That action can be one and its stat block or some other action. You can also sacrifice one of your attacks when you take the attack action to command the beast to take the attack action. If you are incapacitated, the beast can take any action of its choice, not just dodge. So I guess that's just her turn, not even my bonus action because I was incapacitated, right?
I think I'm like overthinking this, but give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Screw it. Yeah, take your action for now, and I'll deal with the rules later. But yeah, we'll say that was your bonus action to have her get you out, and her action, which that part's the weird part that I'm trying to look
so
up. But
if I remember correctly, it's she has her own action, and then you can give her your bonus action to have another action.
to get
Yeah,
another
in
one,
addition.
yeah.
Correct.
Okay,
I think that's how that works.
And I think that's why I'm just like, I don't want to get lost in this loop. So go ahead and take your action for now, Kitlin, and let me know what you want to do, and I'll figure this out later.
Well, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up.
Yes, that's fair.
And
Good call.
What's your move speed again?
it is
Is it 30?
25 feet.
You cannot.
used to be 30.
Yeah, because I was about to say 5, 10, 15, and then
You've
pop
already
you
moved
out.
15
Yeah.
feet.
It used to be
so-
30. I don't know what the... But, okay. I guess it's 25 now.
I mean, as a
Fucking
gnome,
up
I
in a
think
long
it
rest.
should be 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As a small creature.
As a small creature,
Yeah.
you only have 25. Yeah.
I think Pamela's is
Well-
30, and you usually ride her, and I think that maybe
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, hers is 40. But anyhow, okay. I'm going to hide in the stone.
Okay,
That's going to be my action.
great, cool. Go ahead
And I
and roll
guess
me
the rope-
another stealth check. Well,
Okay.
as
This
you
one will
attempt
be
to
with
hide.
advantage.
Correct.
And then with plus 10 because past plow trace.
Mhm.
It takes its turn on your initiative. Okay, that's all I needed.
Oh.
Yeah, you and Pamela act in tandem.
There we
Mhm,
go.
mhm, mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So
So that was Pamela's action.
Correct.
Cool.
But then if he wanted to give his bonus action for her to have another one, she could.
No.
Mhm.
Him giving his bonus action to her was her action. Otherwise, her action is to dodge because they're taking their turn at the same time.
Correct. Okay, yes. I get what you're
Gotcha.
saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You got a 8
18.
plus 10,
Yeah.
so an 18.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
you fall to the ground and like like roll over, curl into ball, whatever you get up to the wall, whatever you have to do, but scurry as close as you can to another surface and put as much distance as you can between this cube, and just make yourself unseen. I think Eladria, as you're kind of, all this happens, within 6 seconds around you, you kind of see like Kitlin pop up again and then disappear again. Like he is just in his element in this environment. That is gonna bring us to anything else, Kitlin's?
You guys would have felt the rope get tugged.
Yes, big time. I think
yeah.
anybody. I think Eladri and Bernie and Dominic and Gundren, because like the rope thrown over and you're all close enough to it, definitely notice the commotion. I think Staris, you're like kind of doing your own thing as this is starting to happen, and like just turning on your turn will be turning to get the rope, and then we'll become aware that like this is all so you're literally about to realize this.
Right.
But I think everybody else, you kind of immediately sense the danger, and I think that now makes it Domic's turn. Eladri, you are on deck.
So
Hey,
I use
Gundren.
my action to give everybody the rope and then tie it on myself. And so I will take. I don't have anything to do on my bonus action, so at that point, that will be the end of my turn. I'll move up one near Staris. I'll move 5 feet in.
Cool.
move to
Yeah,
Staris.
move up one as you kind of throw the rope to them, and then like step up to
Correct.
hand
And
Staris
kinda
the rope.
get
It starts to
everybody
get
close.
pulled.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
you like literally step up and hand off to Staris, and as you're heading to, you get pulled, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Um,
And then I'll go. Oh,
look-
Kitland!
And look, as
And then-
Pamela rushes past you, it starts yanking on the rope. Kitlin plops out of the ground. That brings us to your turn, Eladri, as all this shit is unfolding around you.
We got company, so everyone keep your wits. Can we 5 foot? And I can't see Kitlin because Kitlin is well hidden. Oh snap! All right. Well,
One thing's about cubes,
Yep.
y'all, is they actually take up the space of their container.
it just is
Nice.
the
Squeeze.
space.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yep. All right. I'll take another 5. Oh. And 5 for 15 total. Can I
Mhm.
try and hide here?
Make me a stealth check.
Cool. And I'll use my cunning action to do this as a bonus action. Sorry.
Boning
about
action.
that.
Boning action.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
boning action.
Take my boning action.
It's a modern Canaan slip. You would do it too.
That's right. Everybody loves the boning action.
Oh.
20.
You have
Plus
20 all
10.
total.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like confident that it would be almost impossible for anyone to detect you as you lean up against the wall and kind of brace yourself for whatever's around the corner. You still get your action.
Yeah, I need to yeah, I will wrap the rope around me wherever I am in rope rotation.
Okay.
Spend my
Cool.
my action doing that.
Copy that. That will bring us. So I'm gonna make little notes of people that are tied with little symbols, and I go away. And I want. Here we go. Got a little rope on it.
Nice.
I like
a
it.
little net.
Yeah, put a little
Little,
rope
little
on.
net.
A little net on it.
Like that. Like that.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that. It's like it was made for that.
Like a little jellyfish.
That is gonna
Blah, blah, blah,
bring
blah,
it to Gundren's turn, who is immediately going to use his action to put a little net on.
Put a little net on it.
Put a little net on.
And step just like he was like crawling out of the hole and just like literally like crawls out really quick, stands up, ties the rope on, and just like, I'm just gonna stand here. And that's gonna be your turn, Bernie. Because my
Okay.
jelly cube got a 1 on its initiative.
Wow.
No. I mean, good, but no.
Man.
He's slow, but he's
Okay.
sneaky.
Eek, eek.
And he has
I
acid
think-
damage.
Can I see where Kitland is right now?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
This is not the time to be rogue and go away from the party. Bad news.
Ooh, nat 20 again. Let's
Dude,
go.
heck yeah. Save these for fights, though.
I know.
See,
Stop it.
There was a 22. So even because of his wait, what was 22, right? No. There is 18. Yes, because he got so low, it was only an 18. It was a quick kind of scramble. You watch as Kitland scrambles and tries to make himself hidden up against the wall. But Bernie, you clocked exactly where he is. You're still able to see him.
Nice. I think
Um,
I'm very familiar with how stones are meant to look and supposed to look. And so
But I
yeah,
also
yeah.
think like he also didn't get very far, and I think what you actually think you clock is like the slime residue, and that's what gives
Yeah.
him away, because he's still
Okay.
very well kind of hidden in, but you see that slime residue, and then you're able to
Yeah.
kind of make out the shapes because of your ability to like discern so well and your eye for nature.
Okay, cool.
And maybe even the rope leading up to me and the Triceratops standing right next to me.
You're right. Yeah, that could also help. All these things combined. Okay, and I see the slime. I realize, okay, something's just happened. It's not good. And I think like kind of recognizing either the feeling of the rope or like realizing that you're scrambling to get out of the way of something. I think that Bernie's going to move up 5, 10, 15 to share a space with Pamela for a second.
Okay.
And if I can grab Kitlin and pull him back towards me, if I guess he lets me, and pull him back 5, 10.
If he lets you, you'll be moving essentially with difficult terrain.
Gotcha.
So it'll
Okay.
be 10 feet to move every 5 feet.
Okay. So I guess, so if I started here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I guess I could get back to here and pull him just back. Like, I'm just, trying to pull him back as
Mhm.
much as possible.
You could use your action to dash if you wanted to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll work. Yeah. I'll action.
So
Dash.
before you commit to that action, let me ask Kitlin, do you allow Bernie to, as she kind of runs up and grabs you, do you let her, or do you try to resist and be like, no, let me hide? sound like that.
She did kind of blow up my spot here. I think my hiding spot has been has sort of been ruined by the action.
I think you've been made.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let her take her.
So it's not a contested roll, but there might be some slight protesting.
Yeah. Some cursing under his breath.
Yeah. You speak no measure. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
So you can use your dash if you want to continue pulling.
Okay, awesome. So great. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15 up to you, grab you, and just kind of pull you back 20, 25, 30, 35, just like, back to here.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Hey, what are you covered in? Just kind of like pulling you back.
But it burns.
That doesn't look good. I've never seen a slime that color that's natural, and that does good things to you. And bonus action, I'm going to light up my shillelagh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hurrah!
As the Lele kind of glows with just like the faint sort of arcane magic, and you finish the spell. Bernie, what's your passive perception?
It is 14.
Out of the corner of your eye, you've kind of been disregarding this like back area because it's
Mhm.
pretty obvious dead end that you can see. But something does catch your eye as you notice you didn't see it at first. And again, like dark vision doesn't, you still can't see color, right? Even with dark vision, there's no light down here except for Starris's glowing bow, which I think is slowly sort of beginning to dim again, now that you've all been alarmed and it's done its purpose. But faintly, just in the wind, you can make out what look like more spider webs
Oh,
kind of
gosh.
covering these tunnels here.
Okay.
You don't notice any threats. You said 14. I think with a 14, you maybe see like a small spider in the corner of one, like a harmless spider that you might see in the woods.
Mhm.
But you just kind of clock those webs and notice them in that tunnel there as you finish casting the shillelagh.
Okay,
Sure.
great. Can I also respond to the message that Stars sent me on her turn?
You may. You
Okay,
can
cool.
respond. Yeah, I'll say you could have responded on her turn, but feel free to do it now.
Okay, cool. I think I would just say, understood. There's some splits over here as well. Kitlin's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Is what I'll send back.
Nope. Okay. That'll end of your turn, Bernie.
Yep, that's it.
That'll bring it to my Jelly Cube,
Jelly Cube.
who is very
Jelly
slowly and very patiently going to begin to ooze out of the space. And
Yeah.
Bernie, you couldn't really see it before now. In fact, a lot of you really couldn't see it before now. And Aladri, I think even did you like kind of peek around the corner to like see what was there, or are you just like up against the wall waiting for what comes?
No, yeah, I was just up against the wall waiting.
So as he begins to like stretch out into the space, Aladri, what's your passive perception?
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Oh god, it's actually stretching. I hate that. I could hear the
Action-packed.
stretching. Yeah.
Real life animation.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so real.
Digital puppet.
See, you're already bringing up the quality of the gameplay, Sean.
Ryan,
That works,
look,
man.
What's your passive perception, Aladri?
13.
If this thing hadn't moved, you wouldn't have seen it. It's this translucent just shape, and as it begins to like
Oof.
sludge its way past you, you start to see it out of the corner of your eye. And but even as you see, it's like someone's moving a plane of glass like across your vision as it kind of
Mhm.
spills out this tunnel, and it just turns straight towards you and
Oh,
Pamela
no.
as it continues to make its way down this tunnel exactly in your direction. Something you all didn't quite realize about this creature, but are slowly and I think quite horrifyingly beginning to discover, is that although this creature has no eyes, it is very capable of sensing what is around it. And that is because this creature has blind sense.
Mm.
Damn it.
It has a taste
and
of
it's-
flesh. Everyone run.
Spills out into the hallway that is 5 feet. It'll move another 10 feet.
No.
As it
Uh-oh.
begins to engulf both you and Pamela.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw from Pamela and a dexterity saving throw from Aladri.
Oh no.
Oh no.
21 for me. Or for
Nice.
Pamela.
From Pamela. If Pamela would like, she may back up 5 feet and not become engulfed. Would you like Pamela to do that?
She would like to do that.
But Pamela is able to back up as the ooze just completely engulfs
Oh no.
Aladri.
Oh, shit.
Aladri, my guy, you are going to take You said much of damage. What did I roll? 11 acid damage.
Oh no.
Damn. Shit.
And that is the end of the ooze cube's turn.
Oh,
Oh, I hate
That'll bring
that.
us back to the top of the order, Stars.
motherfuck. Okay. All right. I have no idea what's going. Stars has no idea what's going on. But
All you know
last
is
she
Bernie
heard,
told you something's
Caitlin was in
wrong.
trouble.
Yeah.
That is not the case anymore. Stars know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Staris, at the beginning of your turn, as a free action, you may grab the rope that Dominic is handing to you. And if you would like to use your action, you can tie it around you like Gundren, Eladri, and Dominic have all done.
Yeah, I think that seems like a measured caution. Mhm. Stars follows suit and uses her action.
A little bit of mid on
In
it.
doing so, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. No bonus or move. You're just gonna hang
Yeah,
tight
no.
with Dominic.
She will whisper to Dominic, "Be strong," and cast Bardic Inspiration.
Yes.
Nice.
Save me, Barry.
Save me.
Great. That'll bring us
Be
to
strong.
Caitlin and Pamela. Barely avoiding danger 2 times.
Oh my god.
Thanks to Pamela and
Yeah.
now Bernie.
Does the cube go all the way up to the ceiling?
The cube is filling the entire tunnel.
Okay. So I'll
It
use.
is, Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up,
Okay.
and bonus action to command Pamela to help pull the rope to pull Eladri out of the cube.
Perfect.
And both me and her will pull Eladri.
Nice. Man, this rope is
That
clutch.
was, Dominic, that was when you said that, I was like, oh my god, they don't even know how
I was
fucking
going on the if
insane
something
power
like
ass.
Dominic was still thinking about the thing that grabbed him in the cloud
Oh,
under the
yeah,
tree.
from the-
So he's
Yeah.
thinking not happening again, but luckily this worked out well. So
Smart.
See? See?
Amazing.
You guys learn when I traumatize you.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll
Give me
just
another give me another strength check from Pamela.
Does she get the assist from me too?
If you are you using your action to help her?
Yeah, I'm using my action and bonus action to both of us pull the rope.
Then I will say either you can roll it with advantage or she can roll it with advantage. Your choice.
I will roll it with advantage. I'm using just strength.
Yeah, strength athletics if you're trained in it.
So athletics. Yeah, I'll do athletics.
Oh yeah.
With advantage. Oh my god.
those were the exact same rolls as last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
+6 to my fucking athletics check too.
That's insane. Fortunately, a 12 is good enough to
Yeah.
pull Eladri. There's like it's like that like suctiony kind of feeling, and like you have to like dig in, and Pamela's struggling as the two of you struggle. It's coming, but it's taking so much effort, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to get him out, you know, like now or before the ooze tries to advance again, and you just give it one last little burst, you and Pamela both, and Eladri, you are flung out of the ooze, and you're going to fall into this little kind of sliver of a space that you and Pamela are now sharing. There's technically 2 squares here. As you pop out onto the grounds, which is very good. You do not want to be there at the start of the cube's turn.
Oh gosh.
I am gonna use the other half of my movement to get on Pamela. Just gonna like better control, and there's a
Okay.
tighter
Great.
ring of the two of us, and I'm gonna move the both of us back to probably
Wait.
here.
There he goes.
Maybe even Yeah, I'm gonna come back all the way to here with her.
Okay, cool. I think I can.
Pair us up.
Yeah, let's try and do that now since you're right in there. Go like something like that. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So realistic.
It looks proud.
Value. So I will say, there like she does have to kind of squeeze through this spot. So we'll call this kind of square difficult terrain. And with you, it might even be hard with you riding on top of her. Like it might be one of the, yeah, that might
Can't
be
go through
tricky
there.
for you. Yeah. So we'll say,
we'll just go right there then.
well, because I think if you reversed it, like if you both squeeze through, you could like
And got on
both
top
get
of
back
her.
there if you didn't use your movement speed to get on top of her. You know what I mean? Like you could have
Yeah.
followed her out there and both have been back there and then be ready to mount her next turn, or you could have mounted her and be right there. So your choice.
I just don't have enough movement, so I'll just be mounted on her right there.
Okay.
Right?
5, 10,
So that would be 5,
15.
10, 15. I guess that could get me through, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you didn't mount
Okay.
Pamela, I think you both could get through not mounted,
Okay.
or you could be mounted and stay where you are.
I think I'll stay mounted, and I'll be here.
Oh, you kind of head back to the group after pulling Eladri out, and that'll bring us to your turn, Dominic. Eladri, you're on deck. Then Gundren, then Bernie. And ooze, boy.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at Kitland, and he's covered in goo. Okay, well this is wonderful.
Oh God.
Hmm. Think after Dominic seeing Kitland come away from that corridor covered in goo, I think he's gonna kind of step past Staris and kind of take a peek down this corridor here.
Okay.
Well.
Stay here, Stars. I'm gonna take a peek.
All right. You come up ahead. You kind of see the same things Staris does now that, or did rather than now that you have your dark vision.
Yeah.
There's a path off to your right and a path up ahead of you that seems to fork.
I'm gonna look down the path to the right, so I'm kind of gonna like take a peek, not too crazy.
Okay.
You gotta
Roll me
remember too that so we don't get tangled up, that the 3 of you are tied to this rope, right? So
Correct.
Mhm.
Well, the 4
we're
of
just
us,
holding
yeah.
on.
So like we're all tied to it, so we're kind of like moving it around, maneuvering it, so we're
I
not
thought it
getting
was just Gundren,
tangled.
Eladri, and Dom. Who else is
No,
tied on?
Staris also grabbed it. and
Cyrus
tied
is
it.
tied, yep.
Okay.
Dominic, what is the range of your dark vision?
60 feet. And you said perception, right?
Yes.
Is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
As you turn down the hallway with a dirty 20, you notice a pretty big spider web kind of just lingering, right in the middle of the hallway. Just
Mhm,
before it, you see where the path branches off to the left, and then just beyond the spider web, you can see where the path branches off to the right before dead ending into another fork. With a
Okay.
dirty 20, you also see that just beyond that fork, as you kind of squint in the darkness, there appears to be what looks like the hinges of a door in an alcove just a little bit past where that dead end begins.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of turn back to Stars and Star. On the hall, it looks like there's a spider web, but looks like there's also might be a door at the end of the hall.
Dominic, I'll also say with a dirty 20, you notice that the walls of the tunnels, as you get further into the hallway, especially back against where that dead end is, seem to be a little bit more carved, and almost feel a little bit more like an interior than like a cave tunnel. Like more effort has been made to make it a little bit more comfortable further in.
Yeah, it seems like it was deliberately cut stone instead of just like
or
mining.
or like where you are was like maybe a part of the mine that was unfinished, where like further in is something that might have been more established.
Got it. Yeah. So I'll say that kind of back to Stars.
Oh,
and that
you
will
relay
end.
that information back?
Yeah, I do relay that information to Stars, and I'm not going to yell it down the hall because I'm just still
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
We're close.
You're right. You're literally right next to each other.
You can actually whisper to me.
There's a hallway down here, and you maybe think there's a door.
Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah,
Alex starts beating the walls.
So yeah, that will end Domic's turn. I think he's gonna kind of just not move too much.
Dominic, as you start screaming a bunch of
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
wow. April Fools?
What?
No, I've had enough prophecies. No more. I don't want them.
I don't want to.
Dominic gets a vision of terror. Pleading.
Dominic,
Not now,
so
Dominic.
you turn around and you relay that message back to Saris. Okay, cool. That'll bring us to Eladri's turn.
Oh God.
All right. Half movement, stand up.
You have like just behind you, Eladri, as you stand up, like from every millimeter of the floor to the edge of the wall up to the ceiling, which again 4 feet high. How tall are you, Eladri?
5'10".
You're hunched over down in these tunnels. The entire path, like right behind you, is just this sheer oozy, like translucent blob as it's continuing to push towards you.
Cunning action, disengage, and move back 5 feet. There's a goo, Bernie. There's a goo. And
there's a goo.
Yeah. I kind of spin the whip in front of me to get it to kind of get the torque on it, and then flick it up to try and slash at this goo monster thing.
Nice.
Whatever this is.
Make an attack roll.
Nope.
Not
Not a 1.
Where's your hat, sir?
Oh,
Nice.
I just have a helmet.
Yeah.
19 to hit.
Gonna hit.
Yeah.
So Bernie, with the blind sensibility, like unless you guys were hovering and like not making any footfalls, there was no way to not be detected by the. So you guys were like I was like, oh, these are really good stealth rolls. They don't matter at all.
They don't matter at all. You know what doesn't care about that? A giant square of ooze.
You could be
Jelly
invisible
cube.
right now, and this guy would be like, I'm gonna eat you.
I'm gonna get you.
Can smell you.
Jelly Cubby.
I just sense you. It's around. I don't know why it rolled sneak attack damage. But it's
Okay,
just eight
just
slashing.
8. Perfect, because yeah, the 6 is the sneak attack.
Yep.
As the whip kind of cuts into it, you see like a gash of it kind of forms, and it does like kind of quiver a little bit as it seems to be very irritated by this, and the gash kind of oozes back over as more of it kind of fills the spot, and it continues to advance towards you. You said 8 damage.
Yes.
Do -8 and then hit enter. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, good job. Anything else, Eladri, with your turn?
No, I feel like I've got to stay in my ground. I don't know if I'll be able to block this. So, Bernie, please pay attention to me. Thank you, thank you, Pamela, for getting me out.
I
I'm
think
just
Pay
like
attention to me.
decouping myself.
Please pay attention to me. I have
Slime.
right here. I'm not
It
going
had to
anywhere.
be goop.
I think Gundren kind of overhears that. Gundren is very aware of what's going on and realizes how dangerous this place is, and understands that, you know, as your foreman, I guess, he has some responsibility. So he kind of shakes himself off and snaps out of the initial stun and shock of everything that's happening. He sees how you guys are all jumping into action. So Gundren is going to effectively use the rest of his turns to kind of help keep the ropes untangled as you're all maneuvering through
That's
these
awesome.
tunnels in and out of one another. And he can also be available to, because he is tied up as well, as long as he's still in this rope formation, he can be available if he hasn't done it already in the round to give the help action to pull someone out. So he'll kind of ready
Nice.
himself to be on standby to do that. If there's a pull action, he can be like, I can help and pull as well to give you advantage on that.
Heck yeah.
And he's gonna do his best to kind of just stay in the middle where he initially was in the marching order, which, just for a reminder, our marching order was initially, I know it's kind of a little crazy, it was Kitland, Eladri, Bernie, Pamela, Saris, Dominic, Gudgeon. So Gudgeon was actually in the rear, so he's gonna kind of as he takes up it has like the end of the rope, he can also kind of get through and help. You know, he's like weaving in and out of you to untangle it as like the end piece. And trying to just kind of stay as helpful as possible. So that'll bring it to your turn, Bernie.
Oh boy.
Eladri screams. There's a what did you say? There's an ooze. There's a slime.
There's a goo.
It's a kid.
There's a goo.
I think Barney hears that and like peeks her head out like to the side of Eladri and squints her eyes, and she's like, "Hey, that's a lot of goo. What are we fucking gonna do about that?" As my bonus action, can I like quickly converse like with the group to try and figure out like what our next move is? Or is that more of a like out of combat thing?
One of the downsides, I think, of this threat being in having so much little kind of real estate with how you respond in the moment, I think it's a free action to pitch it out, but I'm gonna limit responses to other players' turns. So if you want to like throw that out there as your character, all I'll ask is that if you have like a really strong response that you want to give to Bernie, just wait until your turn to kind of have that moment.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Got it.
And that won't be necessarily an action or anything. That can definitely be a free action, as long as you're not, saying a paragraph, right? We are trying to work somewhat within that 6-second time frame.
I think I'm just gonna like see the ooze and kind of look around to our surroundings where we're at and turn to the group. Are we trying to move forward and get past this thing, or are we trying to run the other direction and just outpace it? At this point, I could help the situation, but yeah, and she just kind of like says that to the group. I would like to, kind of similar to what I did before with grabbing Kitlin and like remembering how far this thing seems to be able to move. I'm gonna like lightly grab Eladri and just give him a nod and say, I think we need to move back a little further so we can figure out what to do. And I'm just going to kind of use my movement to pull him
Yeah.
and pull him 5'10" if he lets me. Just, you know, just a little bit further down so that we're all kind of out of
Mhm.
range if possible.
Like down the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say if you want to, Bernie, you see how much movement speed do you have right now?
30.
20, 30? You could go 5, 10, 15, 20. You could, if Eladri lets you, drop him off in this square between Staris and Kitland, and then move 25, 30 to be in between Staris and Domic. Just because
Cool.
we
Yeah.
can't really end our turn in each other's
Yes.
spaces too much.
Okay, great. I love that. Would I still have an action after doing that or before doing that?
That's just your movement. So yeah,
Okay,
you would be good
cool.
as long as
So,
Eladri allows you to move him. Otherwise, you might have to
yeah,
actually use your action to pull him.
perfect. Okay, for my action, I'm going to cast Starry Wisp and just shoot a Starry Wisp at the ooze just to see like how it affects it.
Oh,
So that's just an attack roll. Starry Wisp. That'll be 17 to hit.
17 is gonna hit. Roll your
Sweet.
damage.
D8, 5. So 5 radiant damage.
Okay, yeah. As it begins to glow with this like almost like sunlight, you see like the translucent, the almost perfect invisibility it has. Um, uh, it like that illusion instantly breaks as it like squirms and writhes, and it's almost like when like the symbiote like hears a loud noise and like all the tendrils come shoot out of it.
Yeah,
It kind of
yeah.
has that reaction as it glows with this radiant light and kind of like warbles and like it doesn't make a sound, but just like the undulating of the slime kind of makes this like boop, 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 like reverberating noise through this small tunnel. As it slowly begins to compose itself and continue to advance. How much
Okay.
damage you said was 5?
It was 5 radiant damage. Yep.
Yeah. So seems to be hurting it, but it's like everything that like all the cracks and misforms and shit like happen momentarily, and then it reshapes, and it's hard to tell, you know, how much damage it's taking because you know it's not like a normal, like it's not like flesh with you cut it and it bleeds.
Yeah.
But it does seem annoyed, irritated. It does seem to be reacting to the damage.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay, and then if Eladri will allow me, then I'm gonna like, yeah, wrap an arm like around his waist if I can reach it,
And
or
drag
something,
his
and
ass.
just
Yeah, you
gonna,
can
and just
grab-
gonna pull him
grab the
along.
rope. Absolutely. Yeah, I got
Cool.
a hand.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, you pull him forward and kind of like come up to Domit as you know and overhear him kind of explain what he sees to Staris about the door and the hallways becoming like a little bit more, or yeah, because that wasn't a message, that was something he just whispered.
Yeah.
So you kind of overhear a little bit of that as well. And go ahead, because of some of what you said, Bernie, I don't want to interrupt you. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Insight.
Or a nature, but
Fifth. I'll do insight if that's
yeah,
okay,
that's
unless
fine.
you'd rather.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
that works.
cool. 50. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you were kind of already orbiting this idea on your own. As persistent as this ooze seems, it does not seem to be moving with like it like rapidly. Now, to
Yeah.
be fair, Aladri was kind of in its way, as it does seem to take a lot of effort to like move into something when you know it's trying to engulf someone. But it did have kind of a slowness to it,
Okay.
reminiscent of like how a snail or you know a sloth might move. You were kind of sensing some of that.
Cool. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. And let's see if that theory is right, Bernie, as this guy is going to move. Oh, it got so big.
Oh no.
That's a big old jelly.
Yes.
Gonna go
So much action.
5.
It's okay.
Wonderful.
I don't like it.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. It's coming.
15.
Oh.
And you see this like
Ugh.
ooze as Bernie you run past, it's just like sludging its way through this tunnel. And Hitlin, as you're like, kind of getting passed by everybody as you sort of post it up here and see them forming up, you see the sludge, this ooze, the goo, as Eladri said, just fill up the tunnel behind you and begin to stretch all the way over, blocking the path towards those kind of two dead ends, and begin to grip on to the back of Pamela's ankles. I am going to need the two of you. Ooh, actually.
It grabs both of them.
Oh,
No.
Because of how crowded these hallways are and there being nowhere to go, you are going to automatically fail the saving throw, Kitland, as the cube engulfs both of you.
shit. Fuck.
You kind of hear like Kitland, as Pamela gets stuck, like, what do you do?
I mean, try to move her backwards out of it.
You try to like move her back out of it as like Eladri and kind of like posts up for a second as he's kind of like overexerted himself in movement. And Bernie pushes ahead. You try to get her unstuck, and Eladri's like right there in front of her, and there's no way for her to move her. So you turn to the right, and Gungeon's right there, and he looks panicked as he wants to help, but he doesn't know what to do. And as you turn back around, it like her whole like rump is stuck, and it's starting to come around your waist and stick to her. As you try to wriggle free, you realize it's absorbing you as you both get sucked in. You're each going to take, let's do this, 6 acid damage. And that is your turn, Stars.
Can I respond to what Bernie had said? Let's try for the door. We gotta get Kitlin out of here.
Yes, cool.
Can Staris... Let's pull together, she says. Can Staris pull on the rope and insult this goo as an action? Since it's...
I mean, yes, she can pull on the rope and insult the goo, but if you're trying to get Kitland out, the action will be to try and get him out, and the insult will just be for flavor.
Call it stupid.
Gotcha. I was like, I'm not using my hands for this cantrip. Can I do both of these physical and magical thing at the same time? Okay,
Ooh,
cool.
you know what? I'll tell you what, Staris.
Huh?
If you want to attempt that, make a concentration saving throw as you attempt your strength attack.
Okay. Concentration saving throw. You got it. 6.
As you try to cast the spell, because of the effort you're putting into the rope, it just comes out as an insult, and the magic doesn't quite connect and weave its way into the insult you hurl at it. So you unfortunately are not able to cast the spell as you pull on the rope.
Nice. Okay. Would
So
you
you
like
want
a
to try to
strength?
pull him out?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you can attempt to pull him out. Do you want Gundren to help you?
Yes, please.
You may do so with advantage.
Okay.
And
Let's... 18.
Thank God Gundren helped. You start to pull and like slide against the weight because it's much heavier. And Gundren kind of sees this happen and he starts to pull as well. The difficulty check has gone up because they're actually together. But because you were able to get the 18 with Gundren's help, both Pamela and Kitland are pulled out.
Yay.
But it is
thank
starting
God.
to get crowded in this space. And all of them are going to suffer from some difficult terrain if more room can't be made in this hallway, as this goo is just beginning to push
Let's
into all of you.
move. I don't know, this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that spiderweb?
That is spiderweb across this hallway. The one that's right next.
Is what spiderweb?
Is
You
that
don't know.
spiderweb?
I did
Is
say
that
I said there is a
spiderweb?
spiderweb down the hall, but I didn't specify
Okay.
which hall. So
Just Sarah say that out loud.
is that
Actually, yes.
spiderweb?
Is that spiderweb?
It is.
Sorry. 20, 25.
Stars
30,
just
we're
loses
gonna go
it.
for a second. Actually,
Oh my God.
shit. I don't know. Hang on. Maybe. Fuck. Here. She's gonna go here and peer down these two ways.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Stars.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Not advantage. 9.
More spiderwebs.
Is that more spiderweb?
What's the range of your dark vision, Stars?
60.
Is that more spider?
Oh god, this place is the worst.
Where?
That's kind of what you're able to see, Cyrus.
Okay.
And you do see some more spider webs down the hall.
Okay. I think Stars is gonna post up here then. And see what happens next.
Okay. That'll be Hitlin's turn. You and Pamela are both out. I'll say you're both kind of fall prone. In fact, I'm going to say Gundren and Eladri are all knocked prone as well, with how cramped this hallway was when you guys were pulled out. So yeah, so you're no longer mounted to Pamela, and you both are prone. But you're not in the cube. Or the goo. The goo.
Okay.
It's
Gooey
fine.
cube?
Ooey, gooey.
I will use half my movement to stand up. Pamela will use, I guess, half of her movement to stand up.
Okay.
I will use the other half of my movement to mount Pamela.
I love it.
Nice.
Can I light a torch with a bonus action?
I think lighting a torch would take an action.
That changes things. Okay. I'm going to go 5 to this empty space here.
Mm-hmm.
God, can I take...
All you've done
Can
is
I
move
shoot
so far.
from Bernie's space, or
And
have
can
to? I
you-
can't shoot an arrow from where Bernie's standing.
I will say yes. You could like squeeze into that space, because as long as you don't end your turn in the space, you're allowed to move into an ally space. And I even think because you're such a small guy, like even more so for you.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you could like kind of share that space with Bernie, but yeah, you couldn't end there.
I'll move to there,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna use one of the blue ribboned fire arrows and take a shot at the gelatinous cube.
Okay, great. I remember what those do.
Aha.
All right. Of course.
Damn.
That's gonna be a 12 to hit, and that did not fail, so it will ignite.
Nice. Yeah, that is going to hit.
Yay.
So this is
Oh.
you're hitting it with like a greased up arrow that's ignited.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Did I write down what that does and give it to you?
you did.
Awesome. Go me.
Shit. You started it out too strong, and then you dialed it back a little bit. So now it's 1d6 fire damage.
Yeah, in
Plus-
addition to the
Was it-
damage
Yeah.
you're already doing.
But no,
Yeah,
but it was silly before that.
yeah, it was like they got like vulnerability, and then it does a lot of damage. Yeah. I remember.
Okay, so I'll do
sorry.
my piercing first. And I'm gonna be adding a ton of shit to this, so
Do it.
hold.
Hold,
So
please.
I'm gonna do piercing is 6. What did I say? It was 1d6 plus 1d6 fire damage. Okay, fire damage. Oops. Fuck. Damn it, of course. I accidentally rolled 2.
It's okay. We'll just take the first one. That's all right.
Okay. So it's either a 6 or a 5. I don't see how it's showing up.
The only one that's in roll 20 is a 6.
That's the piercing.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, but they rolled at the same
Okay.
time.
I'll give you the 6. It's cool.
Cool.
It's a cool turn. He's been dumping on you a lot, so you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you get yours.
Yeah.
Revenge.
I will also favored foe. One second here. Let me make sure that's concentration too. And once the fire arrow hits,
Mhm.
or I guess as it's flying through the air, you'll just see like the flickering fire, and then that's gonna spread out into a whole like hailstorm of arrows, and I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe casting Hail of Thorns is a bonus
Bonus
action.
action. Yeah. So I
Is
will
it
do
a
that.
was it a bonus action to? It's fine. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go for it. Go nuts. I couldn't remember if we made it like I couldn't remember if we made it a bonus action to like ignite.
To flip the
the-
thing down? Up to you.
to
Yeah.
flip
Do you want to do that?
and ignite it? No, because I like that it can break. So I feel like that's, you know what I mean. Like that's the way
Okay.
it kind of slows it down. So it's like a thing that like, yeah, like either break or you have to act. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, no, I think we're fine.
And I
with
think it would take as much motion to lift up my bow as it would to flick that thing down with my finger. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm good with not getting rid of the bonus action if it was one.
Okay. Cool. So I'll cast Hail of Thorns, and that's going to be an additional 8.
No. And then did you also
Nice.
favor foe it?
I can't. I've got to concentrate on
Oh,
The-
Hail of Thorns.
Hail of Thorns.
Copy.
So that's next time I hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends. The spell creates a rain of thorns that sprout out from your ranged weapon or ammunition. In addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet. Oh no! Of
Oh.
it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
A creature takes 1d10 piercing
All right,
damage on a
Bernie.
failed save. Or
So
half
that
as much
is
damage on a
that is
successful
gonna
one.
be both Gundren and Eladri, and because you guys
Oh,
are
because is Gundren behind the corner in that hallway?
yeah, but it was every creature within 5 feet of the target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's magic, right? These things are turning corners.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
me
he's
see
still
this.
in view of the cube, like he's like the map makes him look like he's right there. So
Rain of Thorn- Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I think cool. Yeah, the dexterity saves from both of you guys. I'll roll for Gundren.
Oh,
I'll fall off the stock. Nice. What's the spell save DC?
Dex 12.
12. Nice. Gundren passes.
17.
I
Nice.
got a 12 on the die with Gundren. I didn't even have to make up the
Hey.
stat block.
Unless he has a
So, they,
negative.
so do they take half damage?
That's true.
On a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Cool.
Okay, so
So
yeah.
that'd be 4 for the people that save.
All right, so Ladry and Gundren both take 4 damage as the thorns kind of pepper them. The cube, I wouldn't say. They're starting to look a little leaky. Where the sheen of it's kind of covered the whole cavern. You're starting to see just the faintest gaps around the edges where its form is starting to deteriorate and not be as stable as it was.
Did
Anything
I notice
else?
if the fire was particularly effective?
It seemed to hate all of it equally.
So
It was
yes,
all bad.
5, 5, 10, 15, 20 to that space.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys can see, but I've added the initiative order to the
Yes.
I did see
game
that. That's
now.
Yeah.
awesome.
Really
Good
cool.
job.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw the cubes
-3.
initiative,
Yeah.
but that might be
Oh.
a little telling about a certain ability score it has. Just little hint tip for the bottom of your screen. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yep, got it. Understood. Love it.
Man, not one, baby.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Yeah. What is initiative?
Yeah.
Hamlet just
Huh?
taking the dodge action. Caitlin?
Uh,
No,
Yeah.
you use your bonus action. So yes,
oh, that's
she's just
right. Yeah.
taking the dodge action.
Yeah.
Dominic, you're up. Eladri's on deck.
All right. Everybody's kind of running back, and Stars. Did she tell us if there's anything down? Yeah, you said there's more spiders this way. More webbies.
Spider webs.
More webbies. All right. I think Dominic is probably gonna go towards the door, or that thing he thinks is a door back there. Seems like there's a door back here. I'm gonna head this way. Everybody follow. We don't need to keep that. I don't think we're doing anything to that cube. 5, 10, 15. How much do I have again? I have 30 feet of movement. All right, cool. I think Dominic is going to try to skirt around any webs he sees. So,
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
yeah. I don't think he's going to touch any of them. He's like, nope, that's a nope for me, dog.
Yeah.
And then I think he's going to pop up here and then look down both of these because it looks like there's hallways here. I think he's going to look down these hallways.
Awesome.
When he moves there, does he drag the rest of us with us? With him?
Oh, because of the rope.
Huh?
Dominic, you cannot. I'm gonna say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Yeah.
30, 35, 40, 40. You can go here if you want, or you can kind of hug here if you want to try to stay away from that web.
Yeah, I'll hug there then. Yeah, if the rope
But
we
I
get
think
caught,
you-
I think he'll like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Because of the little 5 feet that goes up towards Staris and then back
Yeah.
towards you, you lose a little bit of distance. So
Yeah.
you go to step into this space feeling like you should be able to get there in time and just feel like as you go to like a pool as you go
My
down.
midsection kind of pulls back. Oh fuck, I'm still tied to something.
So you are now standing right here. Roll me a perception check, Dominic.
Okay.
So you don't quite get to the other hallway. But I'll reveal just a little bit of something for you.
That's another dirty 20. Yes, dirty
Ooh.
20.
30, 20.
Hey.
Nope.
Ooh.
Too far.
Well, I see stairs. I'll say I see
Close your
stairs. And a
eyes.
little, I don't see
You don't,
anything.
you don't see stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, technically have
Click,
60
click on your
feet.
You don't
character
s-
sheet. Don't
You
look.
don't see the.
Don't look, don't look.
There we go. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this system.
No problem.
System.
Technically, you do see some stairs. So yeah, so you kind of see into what appear like some stairs that lead up to into what appear to be like a larger chamber.
Oh, does
You
that look
can
like a
begin to
body?
see what looks like a rock
No.
column leading up. And with a dirty 20, Dominic, you see what appears to be a corpse.
Uh-oh.
Hate that.
Kind of leaned up against that stone pillar, and with a dirty 20, looks like a dwarven corpse.
Mm.
Oh.
Nothing to see here, Gundren.
I will.
Oh,
I guess at this point we're kind of just talking loud or louder. No, I think Dominic is gonna keep it to himself. He's not gonna. He
Okay.
doesn't want to alert anything else that's in the dark. He's still on high alert at this point, so I think he's gonna keep quiet.
Dominic, roll me an insight check as well, please.
Okay.
Because you started to orbit this idea as well. I think a little bit on your turn.
21.
Nice. Dominic, you're a soldier. You're always thinking tactically, and I think as you kind of get taught and you look ahead and you see what you see, and you go back and you start thinking about the path you've taken, and you're kind of like you're creating, I think, this top-down view in your brain, right? Like that's just how your soldier brain works a little bit. And so you're kind of thinking like, okay, there's a tunnel. That tunnel just goes back. They both lead to the same door. This goes that way. That goes doubles back around. And you're noticing the spider webs, and they cover the whole hallway, and they're big, thick spider webs, right? They're not something like you could just easily walk through. It would take, like, you would need to take out your sword and like cut them down, right, a little bit, right?
Yep.
And as you're kind of thinking about that, maneuvering through them, and you think about this creature pursuing you, you think there's something interesting about that. Like if this creature had this lair here and was like constantly like wandering these halls, how would the like so you start thinking about how long does it stay mobile, how often does it circle and hunt, and how far does it go, and if as you kind of think about how long it takes some of these webs to get formed. So yeah, anything else with your turn, Dominic?
No, I believe Dominic will end his turn here, kind of looking back and hoping that everybody starts to follow.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you tug the rope a little bit, to let them know that it's like gone taut. And I think you all kind of feel it going taut. So there is this sense of like we're getting spread too far. Anybody who is tied to it, the direction of your movement may be limited depending on which direction you wish to go. That'll bring us to Eladri's turn.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna say goodnight to my kids. I'll be right back.
Right. Yeah, I still wanted to make sure that I'm the one closest to the cube. So I want to make sure Gundren knows to get out of there. So I'll step 5 back. Gundren, I'm gonna need you to get behind me. Bernie, everybody behind me. I'm looking a little rough.
As you take a step back and say that, Eladri, Bernie, you see this like gelatinous pseudopod just like form and whip out and strike at Eladri's back. Eladri does where's my number? Does an 18 hit you?
Ooh, it does not.
Nice.
Oh.
Aladri, you like sense it, like spider senses tingling at the last second, and like kind of like duck your head to the side out of the way as the pseudopod slams into the like cavern wall like next to you and leaves a thick acidic globule behind as it begins to burn into the stone.
All right. Let me try and size this thing up real quick. Everything's got to have a weak spot. Let me insightful fighting. As a bonus action, I can make an insight check against a creature I can see. Contested by its deception check. If I succeed, I can use sneak attack.
Cool.
Hey, I'm just gonna roll in front of the table. I get a -5 to this.
Oh.
All right. Well, you just have to beat a 6.
Wow.
So
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
I think what happens, Aladri, is like you're normally like really good at reading creatures and finding their weaknesses, and you know you can tell that what you're doing has an effect on this thing. You can tell that you're hurting it, but as you try to study it, it's just goo. There's nothing for you to study. Like nothing about this creature makes any like you've tried fire, you've tried, you know, like slap, like, and all of it just seems to be equally effective. So it's like I guess I can just keep throwing everything in the kitchen sink at it, but there doesn't seem to be a discernible weakness that you can spot because of how alien this thing feels.
Yep. All right, then I'm gonna whip it good.
Do.
All right, 20 to hit. This might throw sneak attack on. Yeah, it did. That menu moves so quick. 5 points of damage.
Are you have disadvantage on the attack?
No.
Is Gundren your ally?
Yes.
Then you get your sneak attack damage.
Oh,
Because an
yeah.
ally
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
within
right.
5 feet
Not-
of the creature.
I was
Hell
thinking
yes.
flanking. That's right. Yep. Cool.
So it'll take the full 9.
Hey.
Huzzah.
To the whipper.
Yep.
Yeah, it reacts and reforms, and every time it reforms, it just seems like that goo is less and less. Like there's a slightly bigger hole on the wall as it like struggles to fill it up and keeps melting away
Mhm.
because
It's working.
it's being whipped apart. Being whipped apart. Ooh,
Whip
ooh.
it that is.
But yeah, I think that is going to be my turn. I just
Okay.
want to definitely stress to Gundren that we need to start exiting. And
So-
yeah, I'm shield up, just standing in front of Bernie.
I think Gundren and was like one end of the rope and like Staris was kind of the other. So let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, let me ask you this, Dominic. Would you be one end or would Staris be the other end? Because I think you could have kind of determined that. where you
I
tied
believe I
yourself.
would have been one end, and then
Gundren got
Gundren
the,
would have been
the
the
other
end.
back end.
correct
Okay.
because he was behind me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay too much attention to which order you guys were all in, so we're letting there be some forgiveness there.
We're being smart
Um,
about the movement.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
think
he's
it's
like
like,
a
in my
5.
mind, it's like Dominic would have tied it around his waist. Gundren probably would have tied it around his waist. If they are gonna wrap it around them to like keep taut, maybe around their
Mhm.
arm or something like that. You know what I mean? Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
keep tied to it in a loose sense.
Gundren is gonna run just past you, Bernie, and you're gonna see him like put up a hand against the stone and kind of like close his eyes a little bit, as he just kind of like senses where the rest of the party is through the stone, and then moves up here so he can get a little bit closer to Dominic. He doesn't like get into the spider web, but he makes just enough room for other people to kind of get past him into this hallway if they need to.
Cool.
But he's kind of like right up at it, just sort of like trying to not get too close and like looking over his shoulder at it, and you can see him shudder a little bit as it just freaks him out. So that is going to be Gundren's turn. Bernie, that is you.
Okay, I'm gonna launch another Starry Wisp at this thing.
Go for it.
Starry Wisp. 17 to hit.
That is going to hit. Roll your damage. Man, you guys are rolling
And
champs.
that'll be 4 radiant damage to it.
Okay. Yeah, very similar reaction, as it does not seem to like it. Oopsies. That was wrong. And and again, you see kind of that same thing, Bernie, where parts of it are just really struggling to stick to the wall and cover the full surface, more and more gaps that you are able to see. Like, not enough where you could squeeze through it, you know, but it's not like that sheer wall anymore.
Yeah.
Do you want to move out of there a little bit, Bernie?
Yeah, and similar to before, I'm gonna like link arms up through Eladri's arm and just look up at him and say, "All right, it's our turn now. Let's go." And I'm gonna pull him along to pull him back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If I can get us in these like 2 squares next to Gundren.
I think so, yeah. And I think you could even like kind of maneuver Eladri and push him ahead of you so that you're all squeezed
Cool.
kind of into this hallway. So, because yeah, Gundren's like in the spider's space, but again, just like right up on it, not trying to touch it.
Okay, cool. And that's my turn.
Awesome. That'll bring us to the ooze, who is just going to continue to be gross.
Little gross boy.
Ooze cast.
Ooh.
Nasty jiggle.
15. Caitlin, you kind of look over your shoulder and you see the ooze like beginning to stretch and cover that end of the hall. You see like the pseudopods that pop out of it to like connect to the other side of the wall are getting like stringier, and it seems to take more effort to kind of move down this hallway. And you see it just sort of stops here at the end of the hallway. And that is going to be the end of its turn. Staris, you are up.
Yeah. Staris looks at the goo and says, "Ooh, you're really falling apart there." And casts vicious mockery.
Nice.
I love insulting a cube of ooze.
It's great. I clicked on the
Can't
dice.
even
and
defend
now
himself.
it's my... Hang on, I'm sorry.
Oh, have you lost weight?
Second.
That is a save I have to make, I believe.
Yes, it is, and I think the DC is 15. I think it's Wisdom. For whatever reason, I clicked to find dice, and then I could not see my character sheet. That was weird. But there it is. Okay.
Wisdom?
Yeah, Wisdom 15.
How wise is this
that.
cube? It actually has like +7 wisdom.
Yeah.
Does a 7 beat your saving throw?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, bummer.
Yeah.
All right. Take that.
Aha!
Ka-chow!
2 psychic damage. And then Staris is gonna run on over here. It's staying out of the
So, Staris,
actually.
as you go that way, you will run into the spider web. Are you going forward and through, or are you going...
I was thinking I was going through ally spaces into here.
Okay, got it. You were kind of following
And
down this
then
path.
doing
Copy that.
doing what Gundren's doing over there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I guess that's where I stop.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Kitlins and Pamela. Dominic, you're on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna start just moving with Pamela. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
Um,
You can
I
now
guess-
see that these two do this one, yeah. These two this hallway kind of connects these two areas that you were in as you recognize the little hole that you tried to hide in before that started this whole debacle. And then just to your, I guess, right or in front of you, depending on which way you turned as you came down the hallway, you can see that this hallway ends in a dead end, also covered by some webs. Bless you.
Nothing in this black thing next to me.
Oh yeah, sorry. You see that one also just ends in another dead end, also chocked full with webs.
Okay. So then I'll go 25. I'm gonna use my action to light my torch.
Okay.
Would it be some sort of action to just hold the torch out and try to burn the spider webs?
You can get there with your movement.
Yeah, I've got 40. I'm
I'll
at
say you
25 right
can,
now.
with the same action as lighting it, you could like hold it up to like
Okay.
use your action to light it and get a free attack with it, kind of a thing.
Cool. So I'll try that on this first one here.
Yeah, it burns away easily. Roll me a perception check.
Gonna alert all of the spiders in the area.
As you go to burn it burns, and as it burns, you notice it takes a while. Like I think before your turn is over, it's still burning. Or I guess as your turn technically ends, it's still burning. But you notice it also gets really smoky, Kitland, and as it gets smoky, it gets very hard to see as you start to get covered in this kind of smoke cloud, and maybe even you choke and cough on it a little bit as you notice that is another effect of it. Cool. Anything
So
else?
can I-
But it does burn away, and in fact, I'll go ahead and do that.
So can I
Nice.
just keep going through these, and because I'm trying to get all the way back around to the other side of the blob.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you can burn through all of them, but this will count as difficult. I'll say this, because there are so many webs here, as you go forward, the first one is still burning, and you notice it starts to get really hot, and if you continue on, you could probably burn through all of these, but you might take some like fire damage, as like this hallway is like quickly getting engulfed in flames. So you can either like linger back and let it like burn for a turn, or you can just plow through it, but you might like get singed a little bit as you run through it.
I'll just burn through it all.
and go through it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How much movement do you have left?
I'm at 25 out of 40, and I'm probably gonna dash with Pamela, so it'll be 80.
Okay. So we'll say to move into the square you're currently in was difficult terrain. So add another 5 if you haven't done that already, and then the next square will be difficult terrain. So another 10 feet to move into that square, and then another, we'll say 10 feet to move out of it.
Okay.
But then you'll be able to move as normal, and you'll be able to burn through all of them and clear out this entire hallway.
Okay.
Cool. In addition to all of that, you will take, I wrote this down somewhere, I think. Oh, right, it's this now. As you run through it, you are both going to take, I think this is good. Roll me a dexterity saving throw for both of you. We can say just for, you can just do like one dexterity saving throw for both of you. 19. Nice.
19.
You will take half of 6 damage. So you and Pamela each take 3 fire damage as you power through this hallway, Kitland. And roll me a Constitution saving throw for both of you individually.
Right, 19 for me.
Okay. Might tickle in your throat, but you're able to cough it out. You're fine.
A con save is +2. Nice. So another 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you notice like a slight like from Pamela, and she kind of like a little bit of smoke kind of blows out as she does it, but then she kind of looks back at you and she's good to go. So y'all are both fine there. But yeah, you clear out that hallway of spider webs, and that would have used 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of to get there.
Okay, so I guess I'm in 5 of my dash for Pamela right now.
Okay, got it.
Because I'm at
You've got another.
Just remember,
45,
at
right?
some point, you have to let go of the rope. You'll have
Oh,
gone
yeah.
way too far.
I'll have dropped it back with you
Yeah.
guys so it doesn't get all tangled up.
Yeah, I think you would have had to because of the way Gundren moved. If they all have both of the ends too.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down here. So just so that it can sense me. And then the rest 35 back up to here.
Ah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I want to see one thing really quick, actually. Do not broadcast to others. Cool. Anything else?
That's all.
Great. Dominic, you're up, then Eladri.
Now that everybody's showing up, I think Dominic would have been like, all right, I think we should be safe here. It doesn't seem like the gelatinous cube or whatever that ooze monster is comes this way because all these webs are in fine order. But then I'll see Kitlin just dash off into the darkness. Nobody sits and listens to anybody. Okay.
My turn was before yours.
Technically, it's on the same time.
Oh yeah.
I like what you're doing, Kitlin.
Yay!
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right, behind me there's some stairs, and it opens into a cavern. I think down this hallway, it seemed like there was a door or mechanism.
You can see the door pretty clearly now, actually,
Okay.
Dominic. And I will say that where's my? Is it in here? It better be in here. But fucking be where I put it. There it is. You see. Sorry, this dungeon has a lot of rooms. This is a big binder. What appears to be like a stone door. The door itself is kind of carved out of the stone it's in, but you can see that even the hinges are stone. Like this is really fine stonework that you're kind of noticing now that you have a better view of the door. And you also notice that it appears partially open. However, the top hinge appears to have kind of broken or rusted or deteriorated over time. You're not sure. And so the door is sitting at like a slight angle, and you can see where the bottom of it is like flush up against the floor.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll just kind of relay all that information up. See some stairs in an open cavern over that way. Looks like there's a door down this way, and I'm trying to really not touch any of these webs. They seem like they're kind of placed on purpose.
You smell smoke, Dominic.
You just hear Dominic.
And like a bright glow from this side
from
of
down the
cave.
There's always fire where Kitlin goes.
Yeah, so I say the first thing. I see Kitlin dash over to the darkness. I keep saying what I'm saying. Then a bright light and smoke. And you just see Dominic get really just like, okay. So what do we want to do? I'm good for any plan. I think we should be quote unquote safe for now, but I don't think we need to be sitting anywhere for a long time.
And I'll say, Fernie, from your perspective, you see the ooze like coming around the corner. It's slow and not as like smooth of a journey, but it is still slow, very slowly, like on your tail.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess Dominic will ready. I don't know. I think he'll just kind of. Actually, Dominic's going to take his action to kind of survey the area and kind of look for tracks or anything that could lead to any kind of animal or scurrying or something like that that's been around the area.
Okay. As you kind of just take a moment to rely on your other senses and try to find something to follow some semblance of where to go next. Roll me I'll let this be either a survival, perception, or investigation check. And you'll get something different depending on what you do.
Okay. Well, I have a +6 for investigation, so we'll go with that.
Nice.
Oh, of course I get a nat 1.
Oh.
I have my
You have-
bardic.
You do have your bardic, yeah.
It's a D6, right?
Yes.
I'll just add the bardic to that too. Oh,
Okay.
5 or 2. So,
Oh.
So 9 total?
Yeah.
Rough. I think as you try to rely on some other senses, you try to look for something like this place is so old. There seems such little indication of life. This is clearly just like some strange creature that has made a habitat here, you know, like obviously it's not responsible for the stonework you see or the mining operation. And
Or
I
the
think
webs, yeah.
Right. And so I think there's like all of these just disconnected things that aren't making sense, on top of the fact that this fire's going off and you're not sure where someone's let go of the rope, right? And so your mind, I think, is just being pulled in too many different directions, Dominic. And
Yeah.
as you try to make sense of your surroundings, nothing stands out as safe. I will say, however, you do realize, like, you kind of have a check-in moment with where everyone is in the group, and you realize that Gundren is a few feet behind you, and you see that dwarven corpse up ahead,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you get the sense that that might be your quarry up ahead. And so I think there is a realization of that in this moment when
Yeah.
nothing else seems to make sense.
And I think at that point, Dominic will probably just kind of make the decision to kind of start moving 10 feet towards the stairs. Just to
Okay.
get one out of the way of the hallway, but then also kind of like, this is probably the way we're going to go.
Alatri, it is your turn, and you see as Gundren is kind of there, cautiously, making sure he doesn't back up too far into the web. Dominic begin to go one way, and Kitlin begin to go another. Aladri, did we lose you?
Nope.
Yeah.
Still here?
Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. Yeah. Well, geez. Yeah, no, let me pass by here one more time. Insightful fighting. As opposed by your deception check. Yep.
You got it. That is a -2.
Ouch.
I should have never beat you the first time.
You put all your good dice powers into that first roll with that 18. That was so like
You see like a weak pseudopod trying to cling to the wall as it tries to fill out the space. and see like, oh, if I can hit this like weak point, I might be able to separate it from a large kind of globule.
Yep. Yeah. Let
As
me
you-
deglobule
Yeah.
this over here and crack the whip once again. Ooh. 23.
That's gonna hit, sir.
Hell yes.
I wanted to be a crit so bad.
That would have been cool.
Where there's a whip,
Like I could feel it. Like
there's a way.
Yeah, so that'll be 12
Ooh,
points
big
Let's
hit.
of damage. As, yeah,
Let's
as I try
go.
and snap it from
Sneaky
the
whip.
cling on the wall.
The sneaky whip.
Yeah, you hit it and it hits that that sort of what's the word escaping me, the kind of arm that it creates right at that weak spot, that pseudopod, there it is. And you see it like separates there, and the globule that it had adhered to the other wall that it was using to like pull itself up, as you hit that weak spot and it detaches from it, you see that clump just like falls to the ground and begins to get absorbed in the earth and just like sizzle as acid. And the thing just like warbles and undulates, and that you hear that kind of sound again as it writhes in pain and tries to like reform and refill the space, as it seems to be really struggling with that now. And I will say that roll me no, I'll say with your kind of already contested insight, Aladri, you feel like it is beginning to kind of like, for the first time, it's like recoiled and like taken a step back almost, and you get the sense that maybe this thing is getting put on the back foot a little bit.
Well, we're chipping away. It's a smaller pile of goo. And let me try and test its wits once more as I move back towards Bernie. And then back into my spot. Right here. And then through Staris and
Yes.
and end right here.
I think the token moved around a little bit. I think it should be right like here. So did you ever enter this square, Dylan?
I did not. No, Whip's
And
got
and
10
and,
feet.
and you've got the reach. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, you do not provoke opportunity as you slip away and catch back up to Domik. And I think, Aladri, you can also start to begin to see what it was Domik saw. Both the door kind of sitting on the grounds and it kind of busted up to the east, and you can see what he sees to the north as well. That'll bring us to Gundren's turn, who, because he's bringing up the rear, he's going to wait for you, Bernie, and ready in action to kind of just move behind you, so you won't be, like, having to drag them and get a little slowed down by it.
Cool.
And that'll be your turn.
Awesome. I'm just gonna step around the corner, fire another starry wisp at it.
Pew!
Pew, pew.
Stop moving when I click you.
It
18
jiggles.
to hit.
That is going to do it.
And 7 radiant damage.
See it now.
Pew.
-7 equals. It's starting to look pretty hurt. As like several of its pseudopods kind of burst with this radiant blast, and it's struggling to hold on to the walls, and it's turning almost into like a more soupy, like melted jello version of itself. You can
It's
see
like a
now
jello
it
that
doesn't even
hasn't quite set.
exactly. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can see it's like not even filling the full cavern. There's like large gaps above and around it now as it's beginning to like look like a much deteriorated version of its former self.
Cool. Okay, and then Bernie sees Kitlin dart off, smells the smoke, but I think at this point she's kind of like familiar with his antics and just trusts that he's going to get back.
Love
But
it.
we'll
I love
stay
that.
kind of, 5, 10, and then move right here, kind
Okay.
of following where Gundren was thinking about.
Gundren will kind
following.
of step right behind you.
Cool.
And Bernie, I'll even say is like you pass Gundren and see him kind of falling behind you. You turn to look at him. You see Gundren has like a small wolf spider, not much larger than the size of a silver coin, just crawling over his shoulder.
Oh, am I able to like point that out?
Yeah, you can point it out. You can smack it off. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't think I smack it off, but I just like point a finger at it and make eye contact with Gundren. Can he see?
Yeah, he's got dark
Yeah,
vision.
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
dwarf.
I'll just whisper. Yeah, that's right. I'll just whisper like, you've got a little friend
What
on
is
your
it?
shoulder.
What? He looks at it and he just like lets out
no.
like
Oh,
and then
no.
immediately like slaps his hand over like half a second later. So it's just like you hear the shrillest like and then it's like swallowed as he like contains himself and just does like the full body wriggle and he's like, yeah.
Oh fuck.
And like
Yeah.
freaks out and is actually going to with the rest of his movement push past all of you and get right here.
Oh my god.
If that didn't get it, this will.
I think Bernie just like is frozen, kind of like shocked at that reaction and just shakes her head and tries to refocus in.
Not a fan of spiders, I see.
He is in the worst possible place he could be.
Oh no.
Well, that is that the end of your turn, Bernie?
Yeah,
Or do you
that's
wanna
it.
use Okay, cool. That'll bring us to the cube, who, seeing you all kind of go away, and sensing something behind it, will stop and then slowly begin squeezing back around this hallway and moving in this direction.
Collaborate and this.
That'll be 5, 10,
Oh no.
15.
Oh no.
As it begins to wrap around the corner and try to absorb you, Kitland, and Pamela. I'm going to need one more dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Gosh.
It can go that far into my space.
It can move
Yeah.
15 feet on its turn, and then it can use this ability as an action on its turn. And as part of the action, it moves into the space that it's trying to absorb the creature of. So it can
Ooh.
get technically up to 20 feet in a single round without using the dash action.
Okay.
You were just close enough for it to be able to,
Yeah.
and it like comes
Yeah,
around
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like very weakly trying to grab it with like whatever it can, as it like desperately needs sustenance now, as it feels so weak.
Okay.
And you see it like just reach around, and like Pamela like starts to see it and back up, and you see just like one little pseudopod with the last burst of strength shoot out and grab at her ankle.
Cool. Just a reminder, I do have a lit torch in my hand.
Cool.
So I'll do mine.
I love that. Actually, that's really cool.
It's a 12 for me,
Okay.
and a oh god, 5 for Pamela.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Kitland, you are able to react in time. And if you want, you can dismount Pamela, but you see that Pamela's foot is stuck to this pseudopod, and as she tries to pull it away, the ooze just continues to crawl up her leg. Do you wish
Okay.
to dismount and not get absorbed by the slime and let Pamela get sucked up, or do you stay on top of her and get sucked up with her?
Can I drop the torch into the thing as I jump off?
Roll me a sleight of hand check. And Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check, and depending on how you roll, I'll say you can. As you go to slip off so that you don't get absorbed, you can like shove the torch inside.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Uh, roll me a d6, Kitland.
Of course. The one.
No, don't tell me that. All right. You see that you slide off the back of Pamela. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you now. Oh, ungroup.
I'm Groot.
Hungry.
Oh, it's advanced transform.
I am Groot.
Okay. How it work?
Oh, they're stuck.
Yeah. So it moves into Pamela's space, and she like kind of looks back at you as you slide off. But you are able to get out of the way as you go and stick the torch in, and you see it like burns it a little bit and warbles a little bit right where the torch hits it. But then as it absorbs into the ooze, it just instantly snuffs out and extinguishes. To justify the low damage roll you did, and you see Pamela get sucked in. Pamela is going to take another 4 acid damage. I am rolling like shit on my
Oh,
damage.
thank goodness.
Thank
Baby
goodness.
girl.
Oh,
Baby girl.
That is gonna bring it to your turn, Starmus.
feeling that like
Okay.
Mario and Yoshi vibes, where he like just jumps off Yoshi.
Yeah. Yo.
At this point, I will say all of you really have no idea to know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
Absolutely.
There was no communication.
I
So
do
we're just
think
like-
that just like Dominic smelled smoke, Stars did too, and saw the flash, saw where Caitlin went.
Mhm. Definitely.
So she thinks to herself, "That's a good idea," and pulls out her torch and lights it and burns this
Cool.
spider web in front of her.
It burns away because you're not in this like confined like hallway with a lot of it like Kitlin was. I don't think it's enough to burn you a little bit, but this does fill up with smoke a good bit. Not enough to affect Eladri or Bernie, but because you're so close, Stars, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nice.
23.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Fuck you, smoke.
I think you see like you
Smoke.
you just like whistle a little bit, Stars, and like a slight gust of wind just blows through here and pushes the smoke out of your way. And yeah, you don't even smell it as it just blows down the hallway away from you, and that web is gone.
Remembering there's another one, she goes down and burns the other one as well.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
And then
I think with a nat 20, you're good on the con saves.
perf. And then just knowing that Caitlin went away, noticing that the cube is gone, kind of listens out to see if what it sounds like. What's going
Roll
on
me-
over there?
Roll me a perception
Yeah.
check, Stars.
Nice.
You got it.
Oof.
6.
You hear like the squelching noise of it retreating in the distance, and as you kind of strain to listen again, you feel that rumble underneath your feet and up your legs and into your chest, and that loud "Vroom" sound again. Dominic, it sounds like a little, because you were over here when you heard it last, Dominic.
Yeah, correct.
It sounds a little louder from where you are. The vibrations feel about the same. You all hear it. Caitlin, you hear it as well, and it feels like it comes, from that same direction, just pouring into you. Yeah, and it kind of makes it harder to hear anything, and you're unable to tell what's going on, Stars.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, I think Stars moves back up here and then tells the party, I couldn't see Caitlin or the goo. I don't know where they went.
And that'll bring us to Kitlin's turn.
Bio
Unless-
break, I'll be right back.
Okay.
No,
cool.
I think, hold please. Actually, is that it? actually, yeah, no, that's it for right now.
All right.
Is she fully inside now?
She is fully absorbed. Yes.
And
However,
how much into
you
the?
you could still attempt to hold on. Let me see one thing. If you would like, you may attempt to pull Pamela out if you would like. You may hurt yourself in the process as you reach in to grab her, but with
Well,
like
if
your
she's,
feet on the ground.
she's like just in it. I was
Mhm.
planning to hook just the grappling hook on her saddle, without putting my
Okay.
hand in there. If she's close enough to like the goo wall to just
Okay.
so it's just the metal touching.
Cool. I'll let this be sleight of hand or survival check to try to like get the grappling hook in there like right before the saddle gets absorbed, with like enough force that it can like hook through
Mhm.
to give you some leverage.
17.
Nice. Yeah, as like you see the saddle is like still sticking out as you grab your grappling hook and it's getting pulled in, and it like the loop that you're aiming for like just breaks the surface as you like throw the grappling hook into it, and it like loses its momentum as it as it enters the ooze, but you threw it with like just enough force that it like hits the saddlebag, and as the saddle continues to get pulled in, it goes taut on the hook, and you see that it caught, and you can use that to pull it without risking having to put any part of your body inside to pull her out.
Cool. So yeah, I'll back
Nice.
up to here and try to pull her out.
Give me a strength athletics if you're proficient in it.
I'll do athletics. Of course, it was teetering on that 20.
That nat 20 would have been dope.
A 14 is still going to do it as you pull Pamela out. I'll say like maybe the tail is still sticking out a little bit. You're able to start to pull her back out and fight against this ooze as another pseudopod tries to like pull and grab it, but it's so weak that you just and it like snaps the pseudopod apart as Pamela's back legs gets on and she starts back kicking, and eventually you pull her all the way out of this slime. And I'll say because she just entered and you were so quick about it, give me a dexterity check. Acrobatics, I guess, from Pamela.
Acrobatics.
Might just be a dexterity check for her.
Yeah, okay. 8 or 9, sorry.
9. I needed a 10 or higher. So as she gets her back, like you still are able to get her out, but she does struggle a little bit and kind of like topple over and fall prone as she comes out. I was seeing if maybe she could work with you and like stay on her feet.
Yeah, okay. I will use half of her movement to stand up. I'll use half of my movement to mount her.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to have her dash.
Okay. So she has 1.5 movements.
Yes. Yeah, so it'll be 60.
Nice.
And I will attempt to flee. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
As you flee, this gelatinous cube is going to make one last opportunity attack against Pamela. Now, Kitlin, I believe as the writer, you may choose to have this target you instead.
Yeah, I'll have it target me.
Okay.
Nice.
So it will make one more opportunity attack as you attempt to run. Does a 10 hit you?
It does not.
Yay.
Pamela is too fast, as it just when
good.
it snaps hits absolutely nothing because you're already gone. And as soon as Cyrus finishes telling you guys, I have no idea where Kitlin is, Kitlin appears coming down the hallway on top of Pamela.
All
Ah.
right.
Welcome back.
All right. How you going?
Not gonna say anything. Just kind of nothing happened. So good.
Kitlin, did you finish it off?
Did you kill it?
Nope, but it's moved back over into the hallway over there. Far away from us
Oh.
now.
What the hell were you doing over there?
Just trying to give you guys some time to get away.
Hey,
You didn't
You
make
got-
it very far.
tell us what you're doing before you go running off into the dark in the cave, Kitlin. I trust that you can mind your own, but we got to be careful down here.
Right, just trying to look after the group.
Aye.
I'm glad you're safe. Gundren still seems really bothered by the scanner that he just discovered on his shoulder.
I think
then he-
our. Oh, sorry.
And then he turns to Dominic, Gundren does, and says, "Oh, you." And that will bring us to Domic's turn, as we are still
Okay,
in
cool.
initiative. You cannot see the gelatinous cube, but as Kitlin just mentioned, he said he did not kill it, so you are assuming it is still out there somewhere. So Domic, take us away. Yeah, you're all good, Bernie. I can feel it too.
Yeah, I was like,
All right. Well, the group's all together. All right, let's, I guess, head this way. I don't think that door's gonna do anything. It seems damaged, in my opinion. Just FYI, or for everybody's information, I think I see a corpse up ahead, so let's just be very careful. And so he'll move 5, 10, and kind of survey the rest of the area. I don't think he's gonna go any further in until he gets a good lay of the land.
Okay.
And he would have been doing it sneakily, so like that's another thing.
Absolutely. Roll me a stealth check, and then roll me a perception check.
And how long is Pass Without a Trace still up? Is that still up or no?
it's up for an hour. Yeah,
Okay,
Right,
cool. So we're
and
good.
Is it concentration, Bernie?
it is. Yep.
I don't think you've taken any damage though, have you?
I have
Did
not.
I get you a little bit? All right. Well, I get you.
I
All right,
got
so
it.
stealth first. That is a 17 with the Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Thank God. And then you said perception.
Yes.
That one is 12.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna leave that right there so I can show it
No,
to
I
my
hate
wife
that.
later.
Oh no!
No.
So this is what you see, Dominic. The room is massive. You have dark vision up to 60 feet, correct?
60 feet, correct.
Okay, so I need to do some measuring really quick. Give me 2 seconds, guys. And hey, y'all, I think we're gonna go maybe for another like 5 or 10 minutes. And because it was kind of a turn-based thing, we didn't really have a good time to take a break. But I feel like we might be wrapping pretty soon here. So for anyone who needs a bio break or something, bear with me. Let's see.
Aye, aye.
Get
Wow,
it.
this session went by
Cool.
Yeah,
quickly.
that
Yeah,
is-
this is yeah.
Yeah.
It's already
No way.
10-10, which
If,
is
I mean,
wild.
we can, you know, I'll leave it up to the group. We'll get to a certain spot and I'll leave it up to the group and see what you guys want to do. Field area. So Dominic, you can see pretty much everything in this room. What is
Mhm.
happening? So give me just a second to reveal it for you. That's that side. And now let's do the other side.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Oops,
holy
I did that
shit
wrong.
balls.
I did that wrong.
That's
Sorry.
fucking huge, though.
Give me just a second. It's okay. Please stand by. We're still learning. So Dominic, you see a lot, bud.
I feel like it's not enough. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Dominic, you see a massive cavern divided by steep escarpments. Two large, rotted wooden tables are nestled between like a pair of unlit braziers, sitting in this kind of sunken middle section of this cavern. You see these carved stone staircases climbing up to these higher ledges on the east and the west. You're on the western side. You can see another ledge, roughly the same height as the one you're kind of looking into the room from beyond. I think you can maybe just see like the ends of these tables from where you are, based on your perspective looking down. And you can see one of the unlit braziers off in the distance. Just to the south of that unlit brazier, you can see where there appears to be another tunnel leading further south back the way you came. As you kind of scan the area, you see two more tunnels leading north out of this room. You don't have a great view of the one in the back of the room as it's kind of hitting the limits of your dark vision. But you can see that the one in the center of the chamber, appears completely choked with rubble, dirt, stone, boulders. This passage looks like it has been intentionally blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
On the far escarpment, you see what looks like a smaller table, kind of old and rotted. It's hard to make out any finer details because it's so far away. You see a couple of stalagmites protruding from the ground on this upper ledge that you're looking out on. And now that you have a better view, you can clearly see a dead dwarven corpse in this room. The ceilings here are pretty tall. They, like in the center where it's sunken, it looks like from the sunken area all the way to the top could be roughly 20 feet. And up here on the escarpments, maybe like 12 up to, 8 to like 12, depending on like the slope of this cavern roof. And there's a bunch of, stalactites up top above you. But yeah, you see what appears to have been maybe this ancient central chamber, maybe a place where the miners would eat. And you can see just at the edge of your vision here what appear to be much, 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 much older looking corpses, like down to the skeleton, much older than this dwarven corpse here,
Okay.
off in the room.
All right. Yeah, I'll just kind of call back. The room opens up pretty big. Looks like tables, possibly a feasting area. There's a corpse ahead of us and much older corpses down over by the tables. So let's be wary. And I think I would probably move I went 5, 10, 15, 20 to the stairs. I think 25. I think he would have started going to the body to investigate the body.
Okay. Is that your turn, Dominic?
Yes, that is my turn.
Great. That'll bring us to Ladry's turn. Gundren, then Bernie are on deck.
Oh no.
10, 15.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Yeah, and we're still roped up. So
Yes, still roped up.
Yeah.
The rope isn't taut yet, but it's getting tight.
Yeah.
Dominic maybe has like another 5 feet.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten to this point and felt a little bit of the tug and probably would have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, can I roll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and kind of hide right here?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a perception check as you enter the space and kind of scan the area, Eladri.
Ooh, perceptions with my eyes and ears.
Maybe even my fingies, depending on how
Maybe.
the walls feel.
18.
You see a lot of what I've already mentioned to Dominic.
Mhm.
I will say because you get a little bit more into the space. And I guess Dominic, as you kind of walk into the space, and especially as you kind of get level with the stairs, looking down on the floor, you see a little bit more of the corpses now revealed. They're old. Their armor is completely like rotted and tattered through. Um, they look like they died here, and you do see, nothing useful, but the remnants of weapons and armors. It does appear that there was like an ancient battle fought here. And then you obviously spot the corpse as well. Eladri, do you want to do anything with your turn, or anything? Sorry, else?
Nope. Yeah, just hide if I can.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a stealth check.
One
Bernie's
of these.
sneaky sneak is still up.
Oh,
Sneaky snake.
is that a natural 20? It
Oh,
is.
Ooh.
36,
yeah.
my dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're
You're
very
a
sneaky.
fucking
Wow.
ninja.
You disappear into the world, and like are completely silent, completely unseen as you enter and turn the corner. I think you find like uh some stalagmites that have like risen up in a part of the wall that's across where you can kind of get low, and like you feel very like unnoticed. Awesome. Anything else, Eladri?
Nope. But I will motion like into the hallway for everyone to come up.
As you motion, you see Gundren, and you see the expression on his face, and he just like you just see his face drop as he like stumbles and takes a few steps forward, and then just like breaks into a full run, pushing past you, Dominic, and falling to his knees in front of his brother. You hear just a sob, like a wail echo through this chamber.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry. Let's find what page we're on. He just drops to his knees at the sight of his slain brother. And this corpse, Dominic, Eladri, you can see it. It is several days, if not weeks, old at this point. Dominic, your sense of smell is very, very heightened, and you can smell it, and it's foul. But weirdly, Dominic, your stomach grumbles, and Gundren, it doesn't stop him. He just cradles this corpse and just like holds it to his chest and like buries his face in his dead brother's like neck and hair. And I think after a moment of this, or maybe not even after a moment of this, but I think seeing this, the rope starts to pull you, Staris, and you feel like you have to kind of like keep up with it. And that's going to be Gundren's turn.
Oh. Okay. I think, Barony was kind of like talking to Kitland, and then when Gundren goes running off, she just, her brow furrows, wanting to follow behind him, knowing that something bad's happened. But she looks back at Kitland, and kind of looks back towards where the cube went. I don't want to be running back into that thing on the way out, Kitland. Would you want to help me go finish him off? The pile of ooze looks like it was about to collapse anyways. Staris, I'll be right behind. And Bernie's gonna head back to try and see 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I'll just go 25 here. Do
And
I...
you see it exactly where it was last, because
Cool.
it has not had its turn yet and had a chance to try and retreat or hide or anything. So yeah,
Okay.
as you like,
I'll
Hitland
respond
comes
to yeah, just
around,
right.
and
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
just that. Right. I'll get it from the other end.
Aye.
Nice.
Let's mind our distance as much as possible, right?
You can
Nice.
see that both Pamela and I are well bloodied.
Oh, Jesus.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, but out for blood.
Okay.
So I'll say, Bernie, as you come around the corner, you see that the ooze is like you catch I think the tail end of it as it's beginning to come around the corner. Like, you can still see a part of it, but you
Yes.
see that that's the direction it's moving in. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of cover.
Okay.
If you're trying to make a ranged attack against it or any attack against it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna fire a starry wisp off at it.
Okay.
Is this they just get a higher AC, right? I don't have to do
Yeah,
anything. Okay, cool.
Correct.
Sweet. Okay, that's a 17 to hit.
And it's still gonna hit even
Yay!
with its cover. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Amazing. It's just 2 radiant damage.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Yeah, only like a small portion of it, right, is visible. So it's you only burn off a small part of it, but yeah, another like warbling sound, as it just continues to quiver and stretch. And you almost hear like the sound of like elastic pulling as it's trying to just pull itself away from you.
Okay, cool. And then I'll use my remaining 5 to move back up behind the wall.
Nope.
It's
No.
still here. It won't go down. I'll call back to Kitland.
And just like the DM chuckle.
And that's my turn.
Nice. It is going to come back up this way and go out of sight. And end its turn.
Oh.
And that will be Staris's turn.
Good luck. Staris calls to Kitland and I'll let them know what's happening.
Yeah, because they both dropped the rope at this point.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
They're free.
Free
Yeah,
Uh,
and I'll actually say, it's like, Staris, you were here. I literally pulled you back, because if you think about it, Gundren and Dominic are attached. It's 50 feet, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, back to Dominic. So, and I think even there, it's taut. And you're like, if you were to not fight against it, you would get pulled back probably another 5 feet right now.
God. Yeah. Before I leave, oh, you don't look so good, and neither does Pamela. And Astaris sings a quick lilting melody and casts aid on Kitland and Pamela.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that an action or a bonus action to cast it?
That is an action. Choose up to 3
Okay.
creatures. I'll show you. Within range each. Where'd you go? Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. It lasts for 8 hours.
Awesome.
You could catch yourself in that too.
I guess that's true. Let's do that.
Yeah. Go for it.
Well, yeah, because you've got Bernie, Pamela, Kitland, or you, all
It's-
as potential targets,
It is
And
30 foot.
and I guess
Yeah.
Dominic or
Oh
Gundren
yeah.
as well. So
I guess
really, anybody but Aladri who just vanished.
I guess that's true. Okay, definitely Kitland and Pamela.
Okay.
How does Dominic look?
I am great. You see
You are
nothing
great.
on him. He's fine.
Okay, cool.
I'll take it,
I'm-
but you know.
No, I'm gonna cast it on myself.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. If it's honestly, if it would, Dominic would have told you to give it to yourself, like over him, 100%.
Protect the squish.
Protect the squish. So let's see. How would we do that? Because it's hit point maximum increases by 5 and current hit points increase by 5.
Yes.
So how yeah, can you walk me through that on the sheet?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I think if you
Click on your hit points.
hit
I'm there.
max HP modifier down at the
Okay.
bottom left, if you go up to 5, I'm
2,
going to
3,
do
4,
it for you. And then, yeah, I think it does it.
Okay. And then hit points go up for which it did. It just did all that automatically. Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Sweet.
if you click it, you just increase your max HP modifier up by the amount it should do it.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I learned too. I don't know these things.
know.
I don't ever play with character sheets
Right.
ever.
I was just like, is it over it? Is it max HP? Max HP? That makes sense.
No. So awesome. So, and I think Sarge, you're literally like hanging on to like the edge of this hallway to try
Right,
to stay
like,
in
like
this
this one.
square.
She's got her
Gotta
fingers
go.
like gripped on the corner, like
Right.
Yes.
get better. And then 5, 10,
I love that
15,
visual. It's so funny.
15, 20, 25. Yeah, we'll move there. Oh no,
Anything else?
Or maybe-
Lawrence?
here. No, not currently.
And before you end your turn, Stars, I'll say this: it's 10:29. We're gonna finish this last round of initiative order, and I think call it. So this might be your last
Yeah.
turn of the night, Stars. So
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep it there.
it's a pretty epic one, hanging on to the edge.
Yes.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
I'm not finished talking.
Good luck.
But again, just like the pull from Gundren from that moment of him rushing to his brother and having that emotional moment, it literally like he ran because you guys are like, okay, I think we're safe, kind of letting your guard down, and all of a sudden you're like, Doug, and then you hear the sob, Stars, like you hear him wailing. And I think now that you're in this room and you're holding yourself back because you saw how damaged your friends were and you needed to help, and now that you've kind of like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
Right.
You kind of have this moment where you hear it and you see it. You see what's happening.
Gundren.
That'll
Yeah.
bring us to Kitland, yours and Pamela's turn.
I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20
Mhm.
on Pamela,
Mhm.
and I'm going to reach into my rust bag of tricks and throw a furry Pokeball at the wall over here.
So, so I've been thinking about this furry bag of tricks, and I think it's really funny that the owl ate the mouse. But I don't think that automatically means you lose the mouse forever. So I've been thinking about, and I think it's this bag. And when you like stick your hand inside this bag, Kitlin, it feels like a lot of loose fluff. Like if you were to just reach in and like pull out a normal handful, like 9 times out of 10, it would be this just like just fluff of like loose animal fur. But if you dig around in it for like a second and attune to it the way you have, every now and again you feel one of these clumps, these balls that you can pull out and throw. And every time it becomes this random uh creature. So like the fur is like literally all of the different animal types, like an accumulation of all those different types of fur. And that's what it feels like to most people if they stick their hand in this bag. But
That's
to
kinda
you, you can
cool.
find these
Yeah.
lumps to pull out and they become these random Pokeballs.
I really like that. That's such a cool item.
Um, and
So
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Who's
throwing it at the wall in front of me,
Furry
right
balls.
here.
roll me roll me a D8, sir.
Heart so true.
Right? I believe it's a D8.
Yeah.
You teach me, I'll teach you.
Furry balls.
Gotta catch 'em all. Furry
Alright.
Furry balls.
That is a 5.
Okay. If you have it, you can go ahead and tell us what it is because I'm still pulling it up.
It appears to be a giant goat.
Ooh.
So you're feeding it.
Yeah,
Giant
basically
goat.
just feeding it. Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome.
It's,
Okay,
yeah,
so I'm
Jurassic
pulling up
Park
the
here.
stats.
Oh no.
Okay. Pulling up the stats for a giant goat. Okay.
Oh my god.
And then does it take its turn immediately after yours, or let's see? What
I
does
think
it
it's the
say?
same as Pamela, yeah.
Reach in the bag.
let me
Oh
see.
yeah. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
So let me pull up giant goat.
It's a
I've
large
got it here
beast.
too.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Oh, if it's a large beast, is it gonna fit in the
It's
cavern?
gonna freaking
Oh yeah, it's they can squeeze.
take up the whole space.
Oh, like it's
Meh.
Get lodged in the hallway.
Okay. So I'll go to the goat's turn, I suppose.
well. It acts on your turn, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll do the goat's
Oh
action
my
now.
So
It's so
are you
big.
doing?
Or
Are you using your bonus action to? Right? Because
Give it
isn't
a
that how
command.
this works?
Yeah.
Right. So you can use an action to pull the fuzzy. So you've used your action to pull the fuzzy object out of the bag,
Mhm.
and when the object lands, it transfers to a creature. Blah 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 blah. It's friendly to you. Da, 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 da. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn. Interesting. Or to give it general orders, such as to attack your enemies. In the absence of such orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. So the creature is gonna roll initiative and take its own turn. And it will, if you use your bonus action, it'll do what you tell it to. If you don't use your bonus action, it's going to do what I tell it to.
I will use my bonus action.
Okay. And what would you like to command your goat to do, or what action would you like to give your goat?
I would like to tell it to get a 20-foot little distance between it and a giant gelatin blob cube and charge it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Cool. It kind of at you, and it's like this like loud, like reverberating, like
Jesus.
Sorry.
and can you speak with animals? Do you understand animals, or does anybody understand animal speak?
I do.
Yeah, I could, but I think
I've got
Right, like I
how
think
long?
speech or whatever, speech of the woods.
you've got it like innately, right? Whereas Kidlin, I
Yeah.
believe you would have to cast a spell to do it.
I just like use a spell, yeah, or it's just
Okay,
used
but
as my cast.
but
But
it
I've
still
not used
requires
it.
an action. It just doesn't
Yeah.
use a spell slot, is what use
Correct.
means.
Yeah.
So Bernie, Kitlin, I think you can sense some distress from the goat, like it doesn't understand the order. And Bernie, you can kind of like have a more literal understanding in that the goat doesn't see what
Oh,
Kitlin's
does it
saying.
have dark vision?
And I think Kitlin, you kind of had that realization that like when the thing stands still, because you didn't see it and walked right into it. If the thing stands still, if the thing can get out of sight for enough time, it can get really, really tricky to see. So you get a sense that the goat is a little confused. So it knows to attack if something attacks it, but it can't get far enough away from it because it doesn't really know where it is right now.
I will say really quickly that Starry Wisp says that
Oh,
on hit, it emits dim light in a 10-foot radius on what it's hit until the end
oh,
of my next turn.
beautiful. Then everything I said is a lie. And
It's all a lie.
It is cake. It is
Um,
cake.
the goat,
Mhm.
you said 20 feet away?
It's a dim 10-foot
Uh,
radius light.
sorry,
Oh,
I
I'm
should have
sorry. I'm
specified.
sorry.
You said you wanted the goat to get 20 feet away?
If it could, I mean, if it has 20 feet,
Okay.
then charge, and if it doesn't, then ram.
Okay, it's just gonna ram then, because it starts to back up and it kind of like looks behind its back and goes "Brr, and just like instead like instead of like backing up more, just like gets on its hind legs as like much as it can, and has to like really bend over because of how low the ceiling is, and just with what little height it can get as it tries to shift to its back legs, ran into the ooze. Go ahead and roll an attack for your giant goat. It is a d20 plus 5.
Yeah. Nice. It's gonna be 19 plus 5, so
Oh,
28.
gosh.
Oh yeah, that absolutely is. So I think it's 2d4 plus something. 2d4 plus 3 damage. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, goat.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
2d4, right? Plus
Plus
3.
3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. So 8 total damage.
Oh, hell yeah. I was rooting for you, goats. So close. This thing is like, as the goat slams into it, it like bursts a hole like straight through the ooze, and it looks really epic, and none of you can really see it. And like pulls its head back through the cube, with like acid just sizzling off of its horn, and the goat just like shakes its head and like flips all the burning acid off of it, its horns and ears, as it like stings and burns it a little bit. Not enough to take damage, just enough to kind of annoy it. And the ooze is like desperately trying to like refill the hole that the giant goat, just like left in the center of it. That punched all the way through, and it's just like glooping and falling apart. As it is quickly dissolving into nothing. It still stands, but it is. Oh boy. So Kitlin, I think that's a bonus action, an action, and a move. You might have some move left because Pamela
Yeah,
has like
I'm gonna move
70,000
just
feet.
so it can't. Yeah, so it can't
Return.
get me.
80,000 feet.
I'll just move back
It's
to.
got a
Yeah.
tasty goat in front of it. Why does it? It doesn't want you. You're hard to eat.
And
You're
let's
spicy.
see, do I want to move the goat? I feel like that we're getting into spider territory. I might want to leave it in that hallway so I can come shoot it once it gets the goat.
Okay. Cool. I love
Giant
how Kitlin's
bait.
mind works
I
so much.
know.
I do love that Kitten's mind works like that, but it's also one of those situations where, like, if it eats something, does it gain health? Because then you're
Yeah, that's true. We're just
But
feeding.
That'll
whatever.
bring us to
Mhm.
Sonic. Your
Yeah.
turn. Gundren is like, he let out like the first like wail, like this big mournful sob. It just came out of him. He couldn't help it. And as he's holding him and rocking him, like, I think you realize he's more conscientious of like the sound he's making, but he's still obviously having a really emotional moment. here
Yeah.
in front of you. You see Staris has just kind of come in. You still don't see Kitland and Pamela, although I think you're starting to hear the sound of someone approaching rapidly, nor do you see Bernie.
Mm-hmm. I think Domik seeing Gundren, that's his brother and he's holding him. I think he's just going to kind of give Gundren his space, knowing grief is something that needs to be dealt with in solitude at first. So I think he's just going to kind of move down the stairs and kind of get closer to the bodies down here, the corpses. Not too close because he's still kind of wary of things getting up. I think he's just going to kind of survey the area a little bit more. Maybe discern possibly if any of the equipment has emblems or anything that he could possibly remember.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check on it as you kind of take a moment to survey the room.
Okay. That is a 14.
You notice that the various like skeletons around you, they appear humanoid, right? In structure, varying heights. So you're getting the sense of, there's humans and either dwarves or halflings or gnomes, kind of mixed in these together. But beyond that, I mean, it's mostly just skeleton. Um, it's hard to get a sense of who or what these people were, or like which side was what. You just sort of see chaos. You can also see in the tables themselves where like there's ox marks in the tables, or where spellfire may be burned or singed parts of the corners. I think one of the tables is like literally split in the middle and kind of making like a V shape, as it kind of sits cracked and split. Just and I with the 14, while you can't get much of the story, the evidence of an immense battle is obvious. You can see that like this was like a fight to the death. This was close quarters. You're seeing the damage to the table. Like one of the braziers is knocked over. Even the rubble choking the halls. Right. And was that something that was done during this battle, or was that something that was done, by something else? So there's a lot of evidence of just that the intensity of that fight, but nothing to indicate who they were.
Okay. And I think would you be okay with me doing as a bonus action like unfurling the rope that's tied around his waist at this point? I think we're in a big enough cavern that I don't think we need to have the rope on anymore.
I think it's
don't really
easier to untie than it is tie. So yeah,
Okay.
I think a bonus action is perfect.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
fine.
probably use my bonus action just undo the rope, and that way I can, if I need to, I can keep investigating while Gundren is having his moment without disturbing him in any way.
That'll bring us to Eladri, Gundren, and Bernie, and then we will wrap up tonight's session.
Yeah. I will also undo the rope.
Okay.
And yeah. No, I'm going back down here because I don't like the split that I couldn't see. But all right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, cool. Now we got eyes on everybody. Is it dead?
Not yet. My goat's fighting it.
I mean, to be fair, Caitlin, it might be dead. You're not sure. The goat could have killed it.
That's true.
I've got a goat fighting it.
No. We'll do this, and yeah, I'll just take the.
I've got a goat.
What?
Yeah,
What do
and
you
I like how
fight?
Ladry,
Yep,
that
I'm
didn't
popping.
phase him
Nope.
in any way. He's just like,
Yeah.
Like,
"Yeah,
that
makes
makes sense.
That's no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
So funny.
It's just all goo. But yeah, that's gonna be my turn now that I got eyes on Kitlin, Pamela, and Bernie, so that I can hold up the new rear.
Taurus, I think Eladri startled you when he moved at the start of his turn because you did not see him when you walked into the room at all. And as you make your way downstairs, Eladri, to help with the task of finishing off this ooze. I'm sorry, I missed the last part. Did you? What was your action this turn?
Get out of the rope.
Oh, get out of the room. Yeah, that can be
Yeah.
a bonus action if you want to do anything with an action.
Actually, yes. If that's the case, then can I move here and ready an attack action in case I hear anything slurping around a corner?
Yeah, it's like if you see the ooze come into range,
Yep.
you can take a shot at it. Yeah, and I'll say I'll even say like if it came like right where the goat is, there might be some cover. So I'll let you choose if you want to shoot while it has cover or wait till it doesn't have cover with that ready
Okay.
action.
Cool.
Yep. I will then say that is Gundren's turn. To kind of nobody in particular. And I just make a note of Eladri's ready to action. You hear Gundren say stars, like I said, to really nobody in particular. The the sobbing kind of stops. He kind of sniffles a couple of times and catches his breath. I need to perform his rites. His soul, it needs to return to the stone. And that's his turn. That will be my world's falling apart. That will be
Bernie?
Bernie.
It's me, I
Thank
Bernie is
think.
next, yeah.
Cool. All right. Bernie like hears footsteps, spins around and sees Eladri and just like shoots him a big grinning smile. And it's just like, I'm starting to really like having you on the team, Eladri. Thanks for never letting anybody fall behind. You're pretty swell. And she's gonna just flash him a smile and then run around the corner 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Or if I can see the ooze from here, then I'll go here. 5, 10, 15, 20. And fire another wisp at him. Pew pew.
All right, let's roll the attack.
Oh, come on. It's only an 8. I
Golden
knew it was
die,
gonna
golden
be.
die,
Golden.
golden die.
Golden eye?
Golden
Yeah,
eye.
yeah, yeah.
Golden
Okay,
eye.
okay. Is everybody okay with that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the end of the session. Do it. Do
Right.
it.
Bernie.
Yes,
Bernie.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
never mind. Yeah, you already
Oh,
rolled. All right,
hush
cool.
it,
All
hush
good.
it.
All good. Don't worry about it.
Was that
Don't
gonna
worry about it.
hit? Oh no,
You
that was
can't-
gonna hit.
You can't miss what you don't know.
Yeah.
A 20
Nice.
hits. Roll your damage.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
That's 1 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Can I use the golden eye for that instead? That's so sweet.
Hey Bernie,
Oh.
how do you want to do this?
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
The goat was so close.
And the goat survived.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
goat was so close.
Oh, good
There's a part
goat.
of me that was like, I kind of want to give it to the goat. And then I was
Give
like,
it to the
no,
goat.
they gotta earn that 1 HP. This has been an epic battle.
I think that Verity just rounds the corner, and she doesn't look at the cube first. She looks at the giant ass goat that's standing behind the cube that she heard moments before, but had no idea like what exactly it was going on. And so she kind of just stands there for a second and like shakes her head and comes to and like murmurs under her breath. She's like, "Hi, yeah, Kitland. Of course. What would I expect?" And fires off the Starry Wisp, which is just like it starts off like a little bead of light, and then it grows and just like bursts into this kind of array of sparkles around the cube, kind of landing all these little sparks into the rest of the ooze that's on the ground.
And I think the way it's like crumbling and like the pseudopods are like trying to stretch over these empty gaps to fill the space, it creates these weird, stringy, almost web-like kind of strands as the radiant energy is just too much and it just like dissolves and almost kind of like pops and bursts and like sizzles a little bit on the goat's face, who just kind of sits there unbothered by it, chewing his cud, just
Chewing
like
his
staring
cud.
at you, and lets out another bah, and as the gelatinous cube is destroyed, and you kind of like catch your breath, Bernie, we will go ahead and exit combat, and you feel it again, that rumbling begin to start just at the balls of your feet and the soles of your feet, and shake up your legs and into your chest, and like an exhale, just everywhere
God.
throughout the cave. And you get, and it's almost rhythmic at this point, like a heartbeat.
Mm.
And as Bernie, you catch your breath, do you kind of let Itlin and Eladri know that
Ye-
it's
yeah, I think she would kind of round back and be like, "All right, it's dead," and just like let him know really quickly,
okay?
and then run back
Already,
over to where it is. But
okay, before anybody moves any further,
mhm.
yeah, we'll say you can run back and let him know, and I think, yeah, that's perfect. Staris, as you kind of hear Gundren like start to mutter this to himself, and Dominic, as you kind of like walk into the lower space, and looking at these corpses and taking in all this damage, you feel that tickle
Oh,
in your gut
Oh no.
as prismatic light begins to glow
shit.
from
not again.
Staris's back.
Not again.
And Dominic, your hands get clammy. You feel beads of sweat begin to form on your forehead
It's a fucking
as
thing again.
above you,
Damn it.
hidden in the stalactites, unseen with
No.
the natural 20 stealth check I rolled with them when you
Whoa.
entered this room, you see the living corpse of a large spherical creature descend into the chamber.
Oh dear.
A large, milky eye sits in the center of the spherical head, and
Oh my
several pseudopods extend from the top
Oh.
of it with other milky eyes. Parts of its flesh are rotting and falling
Oh
off,
God,
and you
is
can
it a
see
fucking
through its
beholder?
mouth into its teeth as it kind of just groans as its eye stalks scan the room, searching for the intruders it senses, and land on you, Dominic, you, Staris, and another one looks over at Gundren. an undead spectator
Oh
down
Oh
into
no.
the chamber.
Oh,
And that is
shit.
where we will
shit.
end.
That's cool as fuck.
Oh no.
Gross.
Oh, no.
Good
Gross.
night
Oh,
session.
this is
Uh,